Hey guys, Zomb Phox here, and today we are doing the first live stream for an NFL regular season game of 2025 with the Cowboys Panthers, a seemingly yearly game despite there not being a real rivalry, but I guess they're trying to build one. It feels like there's one every year. It's supposed to be every 3 years you get like this sort of matchup, obviously because how the scheduling works with the divisions, but we seemingly get this like every single year, and we are back with another instance of this matchup, which means that we're going to be seeing multiple spring football players. Now, Cavante Turpin, I believe, is still out, if I'm not mistaken. But obviously, LeBron Ray is going to be here. And then you also have, the other couple of massive players like Brandon Aubrey's playing. So we still do have some of them, obviously. So it's going to be a pretty nice one. So right now, I'm just trying to get everything else set up fully. I feel like I was about to look something up and I just kind of forgot about it. But yeah. But overall, man, it's nice to be back streaming. It's been a while. It's been a few weeks since the last one we ended up doing, which was the... don't think we did the Bearcats one. I know we did the college one. Yeah, it was South Florida versus Miami. That was a while ago, so... First one we've done since really a month, but hey, we're back, better late than never. And hopefully it ends up being a good one. So, yeah, I mean, this is going to be a good one. The past few matchups have been pretty fun in this sort of game. And in terms of this one, obviously the big thing with this one is the fact the Panthers now are looking somewhat okay. They're not looking good by any stretch of the word, but they're looking okay. The fact that they are 2-3 now because of them getting, the shock, just stomping shutout win against the Falcons. And last week they had that wild comeback, which I didn't even watch. I went for a walk during that comeback. I was like, there's no way they're going to pull it off. And they ended up doing it. I was like, okay, wow. Then the Cowboys are 2-2-1. So if the Panthers win this, they're up to 500. If the Cowboys win this, they're above 500. And especially for the Cowboys, with how the Eagles have been looking, again, no team has won that division in back-to-back years in a very long time. And it is looking like the Cowboys or the Commanders could pull it off. As you all know, I am not a Dakota Prescott Glazer, but I will say, man, he is looking really good this year. This is looking to be his best season he's ever played. As I know he had the one other season that was probably better statistically, but it really wasn't when you consider who he had throwing to and a lot of other things. But this season, man, he's actually looking like a good quarterback. And not even just good, like looking like an incredible quarterback. So I got to give him his props there. He's looking really good and all that. And now let's also put out the poll on who's going to win. I don't know what the odds are. I'm going to look it up in a second to see who is the favorite. I would imagine it has to be the Cowboys, but I don't know how much they'd be the favorite for in this game, honestly. Cowboys, Panthers. So, let's see. Cowboys versus Panthers. Not seeing it. It is looking like the Panthers are plus 137. So they are underdogs there. It looks like it is a 3.5-point favorite for the Cowboys, which obviously, if you don't know, especially with the NFL, it is pretty much like widely agreed upon that you get a 3-point edge just for being at home. So in a lot of ways, this is really setting the Cowboys as 6.5-point favorites, but because it's at home, they drop to 3.5. Yeah, and I was thinking about going to this game until I saw how much tickets were for this game, and then I said, no, I ain't going to this one, because ticket prices were some, like, stupid amount. I think it was, like, for 500s, it was, like, 100-something bucks, and I guess the Cowboys, but, like, dude, ain't nobody want to spend that much money to go to a Panthers game in 2025. You know what I mean? That didn't happen. But, tweeting out this one, and then, other overall sports news that I'm concerned about, obviously the Carolina Hurricanes have been looking good to start the season. They are 2-0 to start the season, which is really nice to play again on Tuesday. MLB playoffs, I watched that Wild Mariners-Tigers game. It was insane. The Mariners getting that walk-off was wild. The fact that we're going to have either the Mariners or the Blue Jays in the World Series is pretty wild. I mean, we live in a world where we could have it be, I believe it's the Brewers that won it. Yeah, so it could be the Brew Crew against the Mariners, which would be wild. I mean, that would be almost as insane as like when we had the Rangers Diamondbacks a couple years ago, where it's like one of those matchups you just do not see coming whatsoever. Oh no, Anthony Richardson is hurt. Whatever are they going to do? Oh no, not AR-15 or AR-5. I'm pretty sure he changed the number for some reason. But yeah, it is what it is. Now, speaking of overall being out and injured and all that, my fantasy team, man, it is looking cooked this year. My whole idea was to try and trade Stafford once he got healthy, but I haven't been able to trade Stafford, and so I'm just sitting here with this, like, horrifically weak running back room, and I'm just like, man, I really hope Kenneth Gainwell ends up being good. I believe that's my RB right now. Um, yeah, it's basically hoping that he continues to be good and somehow try to get another running back at some point. I don't know, we'll see. I'm honestly kind of debating on benching Baker for Stafford, which I think I might do because the Ravens are not looking too good. And yeah, I'm going to do it. Just because Stafford has been just merchanting with Puka Nacua to an absurd degree, I got to do it. Jets versus Broncos. What's up, Gino? That game was wild. I didn't full pay attention to it just because I got up pretty, like... No, I did pay attention. Justin Fields ain't looking that like he's that guy. Okay, I'll say it right now. He ain't looking like that guy whatsoever. I still believe that Chicago-wise, he did get kind of effed over, and honestly, the Bears would probably be better off with him than without him. Just because what they could have gotten if they traded away Caleb, you know what I mean? With that being said, Fields ain't looking good in New York. Legitimately, if they want to try and win games, they should go back to Tyrod. That second half against Tampa Bay was like the best this offense has looked since like week 1. And even in week 1, it was, still against the Steelers when they were dealing with some injuries, being a bit banged up and all that. So it's hard for me to even look at that one and be like, oh yeah, that was, massive reason for it. And so when I'm looking at it, it's like, I don't really think that Fields is that guy. He has given me no reason to view him as that guy for this team. And the fact that they keep losing, and especially in this game, you had a game where the defense did its job. I mean, the defense did what they were asked to do. The defense held the Broncos to like 11 points or 13 points, and it was enough to win the game. That should never be the case. That's enough to win the game, but it was. And it's hard for me to sit there and be like, yeah, that's on Aaron Glenn. Like, no, it's not on Glenn. It's on the terrible quarterback play from your franchise guy. No, not franchise, but you signed him, and you clearly had the intention of seeing if he could become that way. I think it's like the age-old saying, if the Steelers are letting you walk, there's a reason for it. And so it's kind of what we're seeing with Russ as well. We saw that in New York. He had the one good game, but even in that one, he ended up costing him with that awful interception. And we're now seeing it with, obviously, Fields. Now, yes, Pickens is actually doing well with the Cowboys, but how much of that is the fact that he has just become the de facto number one because of injuries versus him being great? Because he still gives you those great catches, but he still also drops some balls, which, again, we're going to see that today with the Panthers versus the Cowboys. As for the Panthers, man, it's a weird season because Bryce, like, the more I watch and the more I'm like, man, he still isn't that guy, but he's not, like, terrible. You know what I mean? It's one of those things where it's really weird because depending on how they want to handle the contract situation, this is arguably a contract year if they want to get it done a little early. And it's like, there's nothing I'm seeing from him this year that makes me think, yeah, we should re-sign this guy. But he's not playing terrible to the point where it's like, yeah, we should just, bench him right now. So it's this really weird kind of era we're in as a Panthers organization where it's like we don't really know what to do. Because, like, on one hand, Ted McMillan has been playing really well, and I'm glad. At the other hand, I still wish we would have drafted Jalen Warren. He is looking like, aside from Egbuka, the best offensive rookie of this draft, and more importantly, he fit the needs of our team more than Ted McMillan. Yes, we ended up needing a receiver, but Leggett has been showing some promise, mainly last week. But the biggest issue our team has had for years is tight end. And so seeing Warren be incredible for the Colts, it hurts a bit. But, as long as McMillan keeps playing well, I can't be too upset about that. The defense still isn't as good as you want it to be. Seeing Shaq Thompson, play well for Buffalo is really disheartening, considering the fact that he was, supposed to be that next guy for the linebacker legend of the Panthers, and that we let him walk. It's just, I don't know. Panthers coming out of the tunnel. Should be a bunch of empty seats, because, man, $100 for against the Cowboys, but, man, come on. Greg, we get Greg Olson on the call. That's a W. You get the best color commentator that's out there right now, so we'll take that one for sure. But, and I mean, hey, I'm pretty sure this is his first year of eligibility as well. But, we'll see exactly what ends up happening with the whole thing. Like the Hall of Fame class, I saw it earlier. I mean, obviously Fitzgerald and Drew Brees are first ballots. They are clearly two of the best players of all time at their positions. But then afterwards, it's a tough one. I do agree with the overall sentiment that if Antonio Gates was not a first ballot Hall of Famer, you cannot put um, Jason Witten in first ballot. I fully agree with that. I do not think that you can actually do it. So we'll see about that one. Frank Gore. Yeah, I think he definitely deserves to be in the Hall of Fame. But first ballot, it is definitely a tougher call. So can't say that one for sure either. It's a tough one, man. It's the biggest issue with this whole team or the whole Hall of Fame thing is like when you're letting guys like Bryant Young and Eric Allen in, but then you're keeping other guys out. It's just kind of weird. Like you still have like Torrey Holt's not in the Hall of Fame yet, but you put in Eric Allen. You know, it's like some things like it just doesn't make sense. You're gonna let in guys that are like clearly like even in Hall of Fame eligibility in that second tier of guys, but the first tier of guys you're just not putting in. Vinatieri should have been first ballot. He wasn't. Hopefully gets in this year. I know some people were upset about Kuechly not getting in. As I said before, if, you know, Patrick Willis had to wait years to get in, there is no way in hell Kuechly should have been in first ballot because at the end of the day, as much as, you know, other Panthers may try to glaze him, they really were almost the exact same on an all-time list. So, I'm not against Kuechly having to wait even another 3 years, but Vinatieri should get in, Brees should get in, Fitzgerald should get in. Those should be the guaranteed three. And then the other two, I need to see the list to see who else is there for sure. But those three definitely should be in the Hall of Fame this upcoming season. That I just can't imagine you don't put them in. But they'll probably put in some random guy that really shouldn't get in. Or they'll do something insane and make somebody first ballot like a Witten that really shouldn't be. We'll see, though. It'll be interesting to see. Let me see if I can actually pull it up over here. 2026 Hall of Fame NFL. You guys know what I want to see. Seniors don't really care. Yeah, first time eligible. None of the other first time eligibles are getting in. I don't really think like there's anyone really that could get in. Because I know they listed the 128 modern era players and all that. Quarterbacks. Drew Brees is really the only one. Running back. Don't expect any of those guys to get in. Wide receivers. It should be Torrey Holt as well should get in. I mean, and arguably Reggie Wayne. And then I know there's a couple linemen that probably should get in, but we'll see about that one. But yeah, I mean, Vinatieri needs to get in. Darren Woodson. I mean, if you put in Eric Allen and you don't put in Darren Woodson, there is something like really bad going on to do that. But you know, we'll see. That's what I'll say. We'll see. This game's going to be starting soon. Let's just keep looking up some stuff. Apparently there's been a bunch of more leaks for Legends ZA. That's pretty wild, but looks like that happened. Let's look at the decks. So where is... Okay, so that's there. That's good. This does not look like a ton of Pokemon. 1, 2, 3, 4... Wait, 1, 2, 3... 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. 21, it's actually a pretty decent amount. Seeing a lot, of course, they're going to have some mythicals in there, not surprised about that. Instead of... But yeah, I know I just pre-ordered Legends Z. I think it's the first time I've ever actually pre-ordered a game, I believe. I don't think I've ever pre-ordered one before, but yeah, I've got that coming in the mail. Or not in the mail, but I'm going to pick it up at GameStop, so. We'll get this, and it'll be nice. I'm hoping it ends up being good. It's been like 3 years since the last one that came out. And then hopefully it ends up being good on the Switch, because I'm not getting the Switch too. So we'll see. And more stage shop. Legends EA is cooked. Okay. But we'll see. There's Shiny Sparkle, but there's also Overworld Sparkle like in Let's Go. Okay. So, showing some shinies. Yeah, gonna get the Gardevoir and all that, but yeah, we'll see. Because I know I've got a friend that keeps telling me all the leaks for the game and all that. Spoiler, literally do not care. I'll see that. Dang, I did not get Battlefield 6. I'm game streaming with somebody and they did not get Battlefield 6. Yeah, the Jets, man, it's a shame because Aaron Glenn is a very likable coach. But at the end of the day, like, you need to realize that you need to bench Justin Fields. Like, you need to realize that, hey, Fields is not that guy. You need to put Tyrod Taylor in there. Because the best this offense has really looked was that, like, last fourth quarter against the Buccaneers with Tyrod at quarterback. Tyrod has experience, and it's clear that Fields still has issues he has not worked on and fixed from his time in Chicago. Like, that last drive, he overthrew Garrett Wilson. Here's the thing. He didn't even need the first down. He just needed to throw the ball to him so he could get down and gain enough yards to be in Nick Folk field goal range. Instead, you just overthrew him and threw it to him late to where he couldn't really catch it. It was a really, really poor decision or poor throw by Fields, and it's just, like, the whole game was just like, man, Fields, stop making these terrible decisions. And that's what, in a lot of ways, he keeps playing like he's a rookie, but he's been in the league for a while. I mean, he's been in the league for years. Yet he's playing like a rookie. And it's no shock that no other team is probably going to pick him up as a starter. He should be benched. It should be Tyrod starting for him. We'll see if they make that call. We'll see. Now, speaking of last week to this week, we have Rico Dowdle. Last week, obviously, had the insane 206 yards. Ain't no way he's putting up 200 yards this game. But this is a revenge game. For those of you who don't know, Rico Dowdle was a Cowboy for pretty much his whole career until this year. And so this is a big revenge game. We'll see how well he plays in this one. Especially with how the Cowboys' defense is less than stellar, I guess is the polite way to put it. So we'll see what ends up happening. They are about to kick off right now. The Cowboys are getting the ball first. Oh, my fantasy team looking bad, real bad. But we got this game starting. Let's put this one up here. Hopefully it'll change, put the Gamecast on in a second. But let's see what happens here. Decent amount of people there. Not packed because it's it's Panthers and ain't no one want to spend $200 for tickets that are okay. And let's get this going. The kick is up and it is going to be returned. Gets to the 5, the 10, the 15, the 20. Cuts to the right, gets to the 25 and goes out of bounds at about the 27-yard line. Not bad, but decent return. What in the hell? Yeah, watch this. We're going to hit the mute on that one. Get muted. That's what we love to see right there, getting it muted. Upcoming drive. Yeah, going to show us upcoming drive. So let's see this one. Motion to the left. Fakes the handoff. Prescott rolls to the right. Throws to the tight end. And he gets about 3.5 yards on the first down play. Not a bad first down play for the Cowboys. Again, the Panthers last week came from behind. It was not a pretty victory by any stretch of the word, but they were able to get the W. And the Cowboys, it's been a weird season. They had their bye week last week, if I'm not mistaken. I think they did. Or no, it was Packers. I don't remember. Point is, the Cowboys, no, they played the Jets last week, man. Well, okay, they basically had a bye week. I mean, you played the Jets, basically a bye week. But you're 2-2-1. Obviously, you're still thinking about that Packers tie, which is hilarious. Motioning Tolbert to the right, or just to the left, and they hand the ball off on second down. Cuts inside, and he gets about 3 yards on the play. Panthers defense doing his job. It's not letting him get these big gains. They kind of give him a pretty weak spot on the reception, but yeah. D-line looks like they're running just the 3 guys at the front and then 4 guys behind him. Panthers defense, like I said, has been but yeah. Favorite team would be the Carolina Panthers, sadly. It would be them, but hey, hopefully this game ends up being good for him, but we'll see. Dak is in shotgun, 3rd and 5, motioning one receiver from the right to the left. Again, still pretty shocked at these spots. They've been very Panthers friendly. Ball is snapped. Prescott looks to the left, throws, and he whiffs the throw. He underthrows that one. Should have been a first down reception. Instead, it's going to be incomplete pass. It is going to be the Panthers' ball after the punt at 4th and 5. So, big break for the Panthers right there. That was a pretty weak throw. Kind of shocked at that one, but hey, it is what it is. I forgot it's on Wednesdays comes out, but yeah. Scroll scroll up. There we go. The punt gets bounced to about the 26-yard line, down to the 25, 24. It gets down to about the 23.5-yard line. So the punt didn't look good at start, but it got a couple of nice bounces, which is obviously good for them. So we'll take that one. I think the Panthers have a chance to win this game. I do think so as well. I don't want to get my hopes too high for them, but I wouldn't be super shocked. They've been playing better at home. All their wins are at home, which I just showed that graphic. And it's mainly going to be a matter of, can we just slow down Dakota? Because if we slow down Dakota, it's pretty easy to stop this offense that the Cowboys have. And the Cowboys' defense has just not been good, whereas the Panthers' defense has at least shown bright spots. The Cowboys' defense really hasn't, so we'll see. Bryce is under center. Dowdle's behind him. Hands it off immediately, and it is going to be... Oh, that's beautiful. It's going to be like an 8-yard rush. They might even give him 9 yards. Really good rush right there on first down. Jackson Dart, best QB in the East. Okay. Hey, you know what, though? The NFC East quarterback dilemma is definitely a dilemma, because your best right now is Dak. Probably Daniels, and then third is a toss-up. Because, I mean, man, Hurts has not looked good this year. Like, he really hasn't. And Dart's a rookie and has been looking arguably better, but, hey. They're once again under center. They fake the handoff. Bryce rolls. He looks in the middle. He throws. It is going to be caught to a wide-open man. And it's going to be down at the 45-yard line. Really solid play right there by Evans. Just love to see that one. Panthers are almost in field goal range right now. Gotta love that one. Oh, the forms pump go. Just look at the Legends EA Pokédex real quick. Gotta get my Zomb Phox in there. Bunch of starters, really not a ton of other ones. It's actually kind of a weak Pokédex the more I look at it. They hand it off to Dowdle once again, cuts to the left, and he's going to get a first down on the run, plus another 2 yards. Man, Dowdle is killing him. He might get another 20-yard game. That was a 12-yard rush right there. Hey, Indiana Jones is looking really good this year, but, man, the Scatman and Dart are looking really solid for the Giants. I mean, beating the Eagles was pretty wild, to say the least. Made the Eagles look really bad, and the fact they beat them the way they did with, Jackson Dart, maybe not getting actually checked out for a concussion was hilarious, but hey, you'll take it. Motion to man from the right to the left. Ball is snapped. They fake the handoff. Bryce looks to the middle, looks to the left, throws a dump off to Dowdle, who gets to 30, gets to 25, and goes out of bounds at about the 26-yard line. Already looking like a really solid drive. Panthers are getting close to the end zone. I mean, this is another first down pretty much right there. Dowdle is looking really, really good. Whoever got him in fantasy, man, you are cooking. And this Cowboys defense, man, they're just getting gashed. I mean, we've talked about it before. The Cowboys defense has just looked really, really weak. Like, especially Bland and Diggs. They're supposed to be, like, the two best cornerbacks. They're supposed to be the best corner duo in the league to Cowboys fans. And, man, they've looked ass. But let's see what they do here. Once again, under center. Motioning receiver from the right to the left. Ball is snapped. They pitch it back to Dowdle, who gets to the 15 and goes down at about the 13-yard line right there. Really, really solid one. You would imagine the Lions win the game. The Chiefs have not been looking all too hot this year. They've been looking like they've had a lot of issues, and the Lions' offense has just been otherworldly this year. Like, after that Week 1 game, they have just been unfathomably good. I don't know if the Chiefs can really do it, especially in a legitimate shootout this year. I do not think the Chiefs can win that game. The only way they win the game is if they're able to make it more like a slobber knocker, where it's a close, like, 23-20 type of game. I'd pick the Lions to win that game. I'd just be shocked if the Chiefs do it. Bryce fakes the handoff, evades the sack, and throws it. Almost throws an interception because he was throwing it while being hit, but it's an incomplete pass. Going to be 3rd and 2 here. Hopefully they just get the first down here. Having to kick a field goal here would be pretty rough after how good a drive it was. But at the same token, you did basically get a 3-and-out on the Cowboys, so it's not the worst thing in the world if you get a field goal. But you did have a guy open in the end zone. You had a guy open at the underneath slant that could have definitely gotten the first down. It is a shame. The pressure got to him, is what it is. Bryce is in shotgun. Dowdle to his left. Got 3 receivers lined up to his left, 1 to his right. Motioning one of them to the right. Ball is snapped. And they do hand it off. It's not to Dowdle, my bad. And it is going to be for a 0-yard gain. Oh, man, that almost was cool. They blew the whistle while he was running away. It is what it is. But 4th and 2. I would kick the field goal here. With how this game has already been, your offense has been looking solid, but your defense looked really, really good. Just kick the field goal and take the points here. That's what I would do. This isn't the 4th and 1 like I always say we should go for it in 4th and 1. And it looks like they are kicking it. That is the right decision. I do like it. It is a shame that you're going to kick a very short field goal. But your last play, you didn't gain any yards on a rush. Don't do something stupid and lose yards. I'm actually fine with this one. Take the 3 points. Get a 3-0 lead. You stopped them on 3 and out. Really good, so we'll take it. Shador Sanders. Hey, you know what? It is true. And the kick is up, and it is good. Everybody acted like Shador Sanders was good at college, and all of his hype was because of his dad and all that. And then you look at, Arch Manning, and while he did win this past week, for the rest of the season, he's looked so bad, and he was supposed to be this projected #1 overall pick. It's pretty wild. Sup, Matt Chatter? Panthers, man, good opening drives on both sides of the ball. I can't really be mad at it either way. Gotta love it. Really, really solid. We will definitely take it. Leafeon in the Pokédex. Love to see that one. Love to add that to the team. We'll see, though. Gonna be fun to play that game on the other channel. Forgot to do Mega Avaluck. Or is that the Soon Farm? Probably Soon Farm. Let's see. What is going on the rest of the league? Do I get any big updates on Twitter? Tyler Warren scores. Again, like I talked about earlier, he's been something else. Spencer Rattler throwing a deep bomb to Chris Olave. Chargers get a turnover within the first minute of the game. The Jets. We love the Jets being winless. Who inactive? I did not see who inactive. I know Chuba is still hurt. But so far, I know that Panthers are looking pretty good right now. I mean, that they were able to get a 3 and out against the Cowboys. It was really nice. Now, granted, as I said, I think the refs did kind of screw over the Cowboys a bit. They kind of made them lose like 1.5 yards in spotting. They should have gained it. Even if they did, they still wouldn't have gotten the first down. So still a solid 3 and out for the opening drive. Then the Panthers took the ball downfield. Until they got into the red zone, it was looking really good, but then in the red zone, wasn't too good, and they had to kick a field goal, which I'm fine with. Patriots touchdown. Nice. Do you like to see that? I got to scroll this down a little bit more so you guys can see the current drive some more. There we go. There we go. We'll put that right there. We will take that. Yeah, I need some of my guys to get some points on the board for my fantasy team. I do not want to be cooked this week. It ain't looking good, though. Bryce record 28 yards against the Cardinals. The Cardinals. What an aggravating team. The Cardinals should be so much better than they are, and it's so insane that they're not. Because, when you really look at it, it's just, come on. Hey, I know, it's been a month, Weedy. It's been a minute, but we're back. You see, I sort of didn't realize that it's apparently totally fine to full-blown live stream college football games on YouTube. So, it's, it's insane that you can do that. But we're back for the NFL. It's been a month since we did any stream. It's been like a month and a half since any NFL stream. So we're back watching the Panthers and the Cowboys. Dem boys, we dem boys. How about them Cowboys? And, man, so far, how about them Cowboys? Ain't looking too good. It's been 2 drives, but, yeah. I talked about it earlier before you joined. I think that, well, let me say this. Return gets up to about the 27-yard line. Remember, there is no Quattro Turpin. He is out. Bryce is playing good enough to not deserve to be benched. He is not playing good enough to deserve getting a second contract in my book. That's what it is. I don't think I've seen anything from him that's like, you know what, we should pay him to be our starter. But he's not bad enough to where it's like, oh, we need to bench him. You know what I mean? But yeah. Last year we had different teams. This year, since the Michigan Panthers aren't a team anymore. Everybody pretty much agrees that the 3 teams, the Panthers, the Showboats, and the Brahmas, ball snap, they hand it off. It is going to be about a 4-yard gain for the Cowboys on the rush. Really nice one. That those 3 teams are all going to be relocated. They're acting like these are expansion teams that are being added. The Aviators Storm. They're not. They're just relocating them. So, the Michigan Panthers, I believe they should be moved to Columbus just because that creates a potential really big future rivalry if you bring back the Panthers. So, whatever team they move to, all the players go there, aside from the free agents because there is UFL free agency going on. But the Panthers have re-signed the most amount of players of any team, so we'll see. Hand off the ball again. And he's going to be hit right at the line of scrimmage for a 0-yard gain. Again, really solid play by the Panthers defense right there. Yeah, Columbus and Louisville are really nice. Louisville's DraftKings logo is hilarious. And then obviously Orlando. I actually do like the logo, but yeah. I have no idea about UFL draft. That draft has been pushed back about 6 times now. And I would assume it's probably going to happen in late October now. They've got to wait. Like, we still don't even know which teams are moving where. And we don't know what the coaches are for the new teams. Because from what it sounds like Nolan is going to stick with the Panthers wherever they move. But the other 2 spots could be new coaches, so we'll see. Ball is snapped. Dakota drops back, looks to the left, throws. It is going to be caught for the first down. And Pickens gets to about the 45-yard line. Expansion is not scheduled for 2028, so it'll be in 2 years. As RuPaul was talking about, if Alumni Field does get done and they are able to go there, that the Panthers would be back in 2028. So sadly, they got to wait an extra year for that, but it is what it is. Yeah, the DraftKings logo is my least favorite because, well, it's funny. I like funny stuff, so I'm not fully against it. Dak throws to a wide open man who gets the first down once again. Not looking good. He's crossed the 45-yard line in Panthers territory. But yeah, we still don't know the coaches. It sounds like the Panthers' whole team is going to be intact, but the other 2 teams, question marks. I know with Wade Phillips talking about how happy he is the Gamblers are back, I think a lot of people expect either him or Pardee to get that job potentially, so maybe no more CJ. And then we'll see the other ones. Dak is under center, hands the ball off, and it is going to be a nice 4.5-yard gain for the Cowboys. Fox having the ability to put on TV and new billionaire. There is so much potential to make huge profits for the league. I think the best thing is you got to spend money to make money. The league had a free year at least at Camping World Stadium in Orlando, and they chose to go to Inter & Co Stadium instead, which means they are spending extra money they shouldn't be spending. Same with Choctaw to Toyota. They have to spend more money to go to Toyota. So it shows that RuPaul really believes in this vision and thinks that this is the best way for the league to go forward. That's a really good sign, having an owner that really stands behind his beliefs and makes me believe that 2028 expansion and the league lasting that long has a much higher chance to happen than it did before. Dakota drops back, throws. It is complete. Really good throw up to the 20-yard line. Goes for the hurdle and gets it. Gets to the 10-yard line. Incredible play by Pickens right there. That was an insane one right there. That was a great play by Pickens. That's the kind of play the Cowboys traded him for. Massive hurdle. Got a beautiful catch and throw. That was almost a perfect throw by Dak right there. Really, really good play by Pickens and Dak, but there is a flag. This is probably going to be taunting, which is the dumbest penalty in the league now. Holding, okay. On the defense. So, yeah. I don't like the XFL teams except DC and St. Louis. I was talking to James Baker about this and some other people. It is really... I'm going to head out. It was nice having you here, Pro Addicts. Hope you have a good time watching the football games today. But a good thing, or something I was talking to people about, is the fact that the league, with RuPaul, they've basically eliminated the 2023 XFL, when you think about it. Everything having to do with the 2023 XFL is gone, right? The San Antonio Brahmas, gone. Calling the Renegades Arlington, gone. But they're keeping the 2020 XFL things, right? Keeping DC, keeping St. Louis, going back to the Dallas Renegades, not bringing back the Guardians. It's like he's trying to combine the USFL, the 2020 XFL, and then the new UFL, which I'm actually, not against. They hand the ball off. It's going to be about a 3-yard gain, so it's going to be 2nd and goal at the 5-yard line. I want them to bring the Dragons back. I really did not like the Sea Dragons branding as much as the Dragons, and considering that he's doing all this 2020 stuff, I think there's a good chance it happens. I'd love to see the Dragons return with the classic logo. That would be peak. Only issue is they don't really have a good stadium to play in because Lumen Field is massive, and I don't think they have another stadium because they're actually making the one they have smaller. They fake the handoff. Dak looks to the middle. Ooh, he's getting pressured, and he just kind of dumps it off. Incomplete pass. Not a bad one right there. I heard every UFL team is going to get new uniforms. I'm not a fan of, since I think every team is very solid in unis. Yeah, I know I've heard rumors about that because I know it's like the Renegades might. Part of me feels like they're just going to do some small changes to some of them because I can't imagine you're going to do a full rebrand of the Defenders or the Battlehawks. Because, I would imagine that the Storm are going to get very similar unis to the 2022 Maulers. Love those unis. And then the Kings are probably going to be better than the Guardians at 2023, but still similar. We'll see. I hope it's good, but we'll see. Ball is snapped. Dak looks to the right. He's getting pressure again. Rolls out to his left. He's still getting pressured. He's going to throw it, and it's going to be incomplete pass. Beautiful play by 21 right there, trying to redeem himself earlier. Was able to force that, and it's 4th and goal. If you're the Cowboys, you got to kick it here. This is 4th and 5. I would kick it, make this a tie game. We'll see. Hey, I mean, they got rid of one of the Texas teams, so now you're only down to 2 Texas teams. And considering how big Texas is, like, I mean, Dallas to Houston is like a 4-hour drive. So it's not like they're super close to each other, and I'm pretty sure there's actually a couple other teams that are closer to each other than that. So I'm actually fine with there being 2 Texas teams. It's just obviously when they had more than that, it was an issue. Time for Brandon Aubrey to make a field goal. We love this guy. Kick is up, and it is good. 3-3. Get me those beautiful fantasy points, Aubrey. We love it. With the current model, they have Seattle's going to be the last of the expansion teams unless Seattle's MLS team gets a smaller stadium. Which is like the Chicago Fire with Chicago. I just don't fully see it happening. Because, like, at this point, if you're still playing in one of those big stadiums, probably because you can't draw enough people to justify it. Because that's been a big thing with, like, obviously Chicago. Like, Chicago has a soccer stadium, but it's not in Chicago. It's, like, about 30 minutes away at SeaTac Stadium. Because the Chicago Fire actually play at Soldier Field. So, it's interesting. But yeah, I didn't want to milk those videos out this week because I know that, some people have, like, made a video on, like, every single announcement every single day. I'm not. I don't want to milk videos out of, like, minor announcements. Once we get out of some coach news, some uniform news, or some relocation news, I will have videos for that. But I'm not going to just put out, like 14 videos about stuff that really shouldn't be made as videos. Like, there was nothing to me said in any of the 3 press conferences that really justified a full-blown video. Because even the Michigan Panthers comeback one, or like the, I think you should only play 5 years max, like, I don't think those are video-worthy stuff. Like, those are more like if I bring back the monthly news thing, which maybe I will for October, then I would talk about it in theirs, but I don't think, like, I don't like putting out basic content all the time. It's like why I don't like making expansion videos every 2 months. Because I know a lot of people, like, expansion content for the UFL does incredibly well. I don't want to just milk that. I will have one probably in the future regarding 2028 and teams that could come back, but not for a bit. Got another interview coming out with James Baker, spoiler, coming out next week, and then obviously got the NFL player or UFL players in the NFL coming out probably tomorrow. So we got those videos coming out, so be on the lookout for those ones. The Commanders, man. Still can't believe that name. Bro, people started to like the football team, and you got rid of it. And you went to the Commanders. Come on. Dylan Gabriel, oh no. Can the Rams go to the Super Bowl? I think they can. They're very similar to the team that they had when they went to the Super Bowl a couple years ago, right? They've got this great defensive tackle, Jared Verse, and then you have your receiver that you're just feeding the ball to. I mean, Puka Nacua is on pace to break the record that Cooper Kupp had, or the numbers that Cooper Kupp put up. So, like, they are very similar. It's just a matter of their ground game needs to be more consistent, especially against the Niners, man. That was a game that they had no excuse to lose, and the fact that they ended up losing that game was a really, really rough one. But we'll see. NFC-wise, it's looking like them or the Buccaneers have a good chance to do it. The Niners, in a weird way, could. And the kick is calling it a touchback. Yeah, I agree. It feels like 2021 because, like, the Eagles don't look that good. The Chiefs don't look good at all. The Ravens outright suck. And it's like, when you're seeing teams like the Jaguars and Colts being, like, 2 of the best teams in football, you're like, what am I watching? Like, my preseason playoff picks are looking, like, really weak now. Bengals are looking like the worst when I pick them to make the playoffs, but, part of that is because of Joe Burrow going down, but now they got the Joe Flacco. So we'll see how old man Joe does for him. Now let's see what the Panthers can do. Panthers' drive was looking really, really good until that end where they got into the red zone. They're going to start this at the 20-yard line. So let's see what they can do here. Bryce is in shotgun, one man behind him in the backfield. Ball is snapped, fakes the handoff, looks in the middle of the field, rolls out to his right. He's running. He's going to run for it, and he gets about 5. He gets about 7.5 yards. Maybe they give him 8.5. Really solid play right there on first down by Bryce. Gotta love that. You got to keep this scoring going. This Cowboys offense has been incredible this season. You just got to keep up putting points, as many points you can get, obviously you want. And especially with this Cowboys defense not looking too good, if you can keep them on the field and make them work for it and keep them on there and get them tired, that's just going to help you guys out, because obviously then your defense will be, better off, a lot more stamina, and then maybe they can get a nice stop against Cowboys. So hopefully if the Panthers can keep this drive going until the second quarter, that would be really good, but we'll see. They got 2 receivers lined up to the left. They do hand it off to Dowdle, who breaks for the first down. Nice play right there. Again, looking really good to start this game. And we're under 4 minutes left in the quarter. Giants making the Super Bowl at this rate. Okay. Hey, no rookie quarterback has ever gotten that far. So, let's not act like it's going to happen. You know what I mean? Like, rookie quarterbacks, man, they win like 2 playoff games at max. So, unless you get that first round bye, which ain't happening, I don't see it happening. Bryce is under center. Rico is in the backfield. A couple receivers to the right, one to the left. Hands it off again, and he gets tackled for about a 1.5-yard gain. Going to about 2nd and 8, 2nd and 9, depends on where they give him the spot exactly, but not going to be the most insane one in the world. And we're going to be under 3 minutes left. Again, hopefully they can get a first down here, keep this clock going, kill it to the first quarter, and then you head in the second quarter. This is what you want to see. You want to win the time of possession battle. Bryce is in shotgun with Dowdle behind him. He's got a couple receivers to his left. And the ball is snapped. Fakes the handoff. Quick throw. Or fakes it and then throws it. And he just throws it away. Out of bounds throw. There is a flag. I don't know what they're going to throw this one. Let's see. Looks like it's going to be something on the offense, it looks like. Which wouldn't be good. Jimmy G, bro. He played like 3 games. They declined the penalty. I do agree that's the right call for the Cowboys. Too many times coaches accept the penalty just because you lose yards. You're at 3rd and 8. I mean, like, you'd rather be at 3rd and 8 than have them be at 2nd and 13. Because worst case scenario, at 2nd and 13, they do like a nice 7-yard play. And then it's like, oh, damn, they're close. And they would have been anyway. 3rd and 8. Obvious passing scenario. 2 receivers to the left, 1 to the right, and tight end. And then Bryce has got his running back to his right in the backfield with him. Ball is snapped. Looks to the middle of the field, looks to the left. Throws. It is going to be caught for a first down. Unless they give him an awful spot, that is clearly a first down. So, nice start there. Okay. No, oh, line, bro. It's something else. But hey, that's a solid play right there. Should be a first down. He caught that pretty clearly in the first down area. Oh, yeah, it's an obvious first down. Have possession. Easy first down. And even if it's not, you go for it there. Like I've always said, if you're within, like, if it's literally 4th and inches, I do not care if you're at your own 1-yard line. You go for it. And if you don't get it, you deserve to lose the game. Ball is snapped. Bryce looks to the left. Quick throw. Ooh, and it's intercepted. And I'm pretty sure that was Tet McMillan. That was on Tet McMillan fully. They are returning it to the 20-yard line, and they go out of bounds at about the 17. But there is a flag. This, honestly, is probably going to be a block in the back by the Cowboys. But, man, that was bad. Tet McMillan had it in his hands and just completely whiffed it, and it got intercepted. Really, really rough run right there. That's insane. We need to see this replay. Come on, Fox. We got to see the replay. We got to know 100% sure. Do we clown Tet McMillan? Do we clown Bryce? And, of course, it's a penalty on Carolina. Gruden coaching team be a dream scenario, but he's most likely going to show up in silence for a game, but someone else needs to be caught for the Panthers. Yeah, I honestly do hope Gruden coaches. It'd be really cool to see him coach. Oh, man, Tet, that was so bad. It literally hit your 2 hands, broski. But, yeah, I mean, getting Gruden to coach, I think is actually a good thing. He's such a big name, especially with what he's been doing with Barstool. If he was to coach, especially Orlando, since he's already been in the Florida area before, it would be a really, really big deal. I mean, he would be the biggest name coach you have automatically. And so I think that'd be a really, really cool. Because I think everybody, has been talking about it, like, in hindsight. He was building the Raiders up. The only issue is that the GM he brought in was horrific, but the actual team was getting better under him. But then obviously had all the things come out about it. But then it's like, the morality of what, firing him for what happened, where it's like, obviously tried to scapegoat Dan Snyder and use him as it. But yeah. Gruden versus Holtz. Oh, that'd be wild. 3 receivers to the left. Dakota is in shotgun, motioning one of them to the right. Ball is snapped. Looks in the middle of the field, dumps it off in the middle, and it's going to be about a 4 or 5 yard gain right there for the Cowboys. Not CJ. I will say the one thing that I do like about the UFL not having conferences, as I said before, I want to just have 2 conferences, no divisions. One thing I do like is that you can get any matchup in the championship game. We could get a St. Louis DC championship game, right? We could get a Houston-Birmingham championship game. Like, you can get any championship matchup, which is really cool. That should be an obvious false start right there. So they're going to lose those yards they gained the first down. That's the one good thing about it, is that you can have any matchup, which is really nice. Dude, I hate getting all these fantasy notifications, and it's just guy in the red zone. Like, dude, I need guys scored a touchdown. I need my Alec Pierce 80-yard touchdown reception. Or else I'm going to lose. Mega Barbarical. Okay. Yeah, I don't know which start I'm going to pick. We'll see. It'll be interesting which start I pick for Legends EA. Probably Totodile, but no, probably Chick Reed, honestly. Oh, no, Chick Reed isn't even in the game. Going to be about a 6-yard rush, it looks like. So, not a bad one. Not a bad one whatsoever. Excuse me? George Pickens is trending, of course. Not shocked at all. Oh, Chikorita is there. Yeah, I'm probably going to pick Chikorita then. But yeah, with the 8-team thing, I mean, it is true. Because, like, since 2019's AAF, I'll talk about this after this drive. 3rd and 4 for the Cowboys. 3 receivers to left. Ball is snapped. Dak looks to the left. Staring down his receiver, and he gets the reception. That's not going to be a first down, though. It's going to be about 4th and 1. I would go for it if I'm the Cowboys. This is just for a first down. Now, you can do what I said the Panthers needed to do to them, which is you can just eat this clock out even more than you really should. I'd go for it at 4th and 1. I mean, it's like a really short 4th and 1. I wouldn't snap it here. I would wait for the second quarter. But we'll see. They got 3 seconds to snap the ball. And they don't snap it. But yeah, with the 8-team things, it's 2019, you had 8 teams. 2020, you had 8 teams. 2022, you had 8 teams. 2023, you had 2 leagues that both had 8 teams. 24, 8 teams. 25, 8 teams. 26, 8 teams. And now you're admitting that 27 is going to have 8 teams. Like, at some point, you got to show growth. Like, no one's sitting here honestly saying that, like, the NBA should be a 45-team league. Yes, they're talking about expansion, but that's just pure money-wise. But when you look at, like, the UFL, everybody knows you need to be at 16 teams. That's the end goal, because you had 16 teams in 2023, and the overall quality of play of both leagues was still good. As much as haters might try to say it was good quality of play for both leagues. The USFL in 2023 was incredible, and the XFL was a little less, but still really, really good. So you had 2 leagues with 16 total teams that looked fine. So everybody knows now 16 teams is probably the max amount of teams you can have in a spring football league, the way football is right now, and still have good enough talent. So that's what your goal is. And the longer it takes to get there, the worse it is. Now, if what Rapul says is true and he's trying to do every other year until you get 16, that would be nice. That would give you 8 straight years of talking about what teams are going to, or what city's going to get a new team. Yeah, 2 teams 28, 2 teams 30, 2 teams 32, 2 teams 34. That'd be really cool to see, but it is a shame that we got to wait for so long for it, is what it is. We'll say, I mean, in terms of off topics into a commercial break, or would it be better for the league if St. Louis won the championship, solidify or an expansion team, kickstart a fan base? Well, I think what's going to be interesting to see with DC, because DC just won the championship, and we're going to see a lot about their attendance, because in theory, you would assume that they're going to get like 16K plus every game, that they're going to potentially sell out multiple games next year. because they did win the championship. They had this great story, and they already confirmed their coach is coming back. So we'll definitely have to see about that. I think that the league needs to put the championship game in not St. Louis. Probably Louisville is where I think it's going to go. My guess is Louisville. I just have a feeling that because it's Repulse place, it's going to be there, but we'll see. It should be there or in Audi. And then it's going to be a matter of hoping it. But in terms of just winning, honestly, I think if it's just not DC or Birmingham, it would be best for the league if in that regard. Because if you do it like that, like if you have Orlando win it, it helps create that big fan base. Same with Columbus and Louisville. If Houston wins it, it gets a lot of hype and hope back for that market that lost a lot of it with that first year of the UFL Roughnecks. So we'll see. Fourth, the one the Cowboys are looking to go for, which is the right call. Hopefully the Panthers can stop them. Motioning a man from the left to right, the ball snapped. Fake the handoff, and they throw it, and it is a wide open man for the touchdown. Really pathetic defense by the Panthers right there. That is literally one of the most basic plays you use in Madden. I remember playing, like, I think it was Madden Mobile, like, 19, or it was, like, Madden Overdrive or something, and I used that same play for 2-point conversions, and it was a guaranteed success. It had, like, a 95% success rate. You just have, like, the fullback or running back just cut to the right slowly from play action. It's the most basic play ever. The fact that it works in the pros is hilarious. If St. Louis make the championship game, that's good. As long as not in St. Louis, like, man, nobody that isn't in St. Louis wants to drive to St. Louis every year. There is nothing to do in St. Louis. Kick is up, and it is good. It is 10-3 Panther, or 10-3 Cowboys. Little over, basically just under 15 minutes left in the second quarter. Better be in Audi Field. Better be at Columbus. Just not in St. Louis again, and not in Texas. That's just all I can say. Not one of those places. Cowboys fullback touchdown. Yeah, I love that. Legitimate conversations are being talked about with James Franklin's future. Dude, what is there to talk about? Bro should have been fired like a while ago. Like, come on, man. Like, are we going to sit here with a straight face and be like, man, James Franklin is that guy at Penn State? Like, no. I don't think anyone in the history of college football has been like, yeah, James Franklin, man, that's an elite head coach. No, he's not. So, let's not act as if like, oh, man, this is insane. Yeah. Let's see, how my fantasy team doing? How cooked am I? Projected total right now is really, really bad. That's awesome. Stafford is at negative points. Meanwhile, Baker, he hasn't played yet. But still, that's a really, really good. I'm so glad my quarterback decision is working out really well. Saints defense, I need you guys to keep stepping it up. Kenneth Gainwell's done almost nothing. Juwan Johnson, almost nothing. Ryan Flourney, not enough. Pierce done not, well, the thing I hate about Alec Pierce is being on my fantasy team is like, if you have Pierce on your fantasy team, you know. He will not get you like a 3-point play. He is either going to get you like a 40-yard reception touchdown and jump you up like almost 10 points on one catch, or he's going to get you nothing. Like, you rarely get like a 3 to 7 point game from Pierce. It's either like legit 0 or like 15 to 25. It's wild, but hey, hopefully it works out. Because, man, I got to trade a quarterback at some point. But we'll see. Our offense needs to stop doing jokes. I swear, if we have another bad interception like that, it'll be wild. Still in commercial break, but yeah, as I was talking about earlier, Legend Z is coming out later this week. Pretty hyped for that one. Haven't gotten Battlefield 6 yet, but Legend Z is coming out. The leaked Pokédex, I'm going to turn this off. Forgot to turn this off a while ago. But the leaked Pokédex is like really small, it looks like. It looks like really, really small. All things considered, because like the leaked one shows all the forms, like gender forms, mega forms, and all that. And when you really look at it, you're like, man, that's like probably less than 200 Pokemon, which is insanely small. Wait, Delphox is on it. That's like all that really matters. I did not see if Typhlosion was on it. I did not pay attention to that. I just know that my favorite Pokemon's on it. I know that Meowscarda is not going to be on it. Yeah, there's like literally no Pokemon past Gen 6 in it whatsoever, which I'm not shocked at, minus Phalanx and like the other ones. And the ball's going to be kicked in the end zone. Leafeon's in it, so that's another favorite Pokemon in it. There is no Typhlosion. There is obviously no Lugia, no Zekrom, so I'll at least be able to get like 2 of my favorite Pokemon on a team, which isn't the worst in the world. Not great, but, you know, is what it is. I'll take it. Extra point is good, yeah. It is, Cowboys, man, they're looking pretty good right now. I mean, that offense, it's just, well, granted, that drive wasn't the offense. The offense did, like, literally nothing. I mean, they got the ball at, like, the 15-yard line, but the Cowboys' defense, if they can get turnovers like that, it's just insane. Because, especially that one, like, it's a lot about, you know, taking your opportunities and running with it, just like Gatto just ran for a first down on that play, just literally did a halfback dive for 11 yards. Like, you don't get those Ted McMillan type of interceptions very often where your receiver that's supposed to be your number one receiver just drops the ball right in his hands. And if you get that interception, it is up to you as that unit to get the touchdown. Because even if you get a field goal, it feels like you failed because it was such a free drive. So the fact that he was able to get the touchdown was massive for the Cowboys, and now they're leading, and that's really huge. Put all the legendaries in there. I just hope the game's good. It's going to be fun playing through that in the channel. But ball is snapped, hands it off, cuts to the left, and gets another great 8-yard rush. I mean, man, he is looking really good right now. Now, the one thing that isn't really good about this is he just paid Chuba Hubbard, and now he's looking better than Chuba. But hey, it's only been a week and, you know, a quarter and a half, not even, but yeah, it is what it is. But yeah, I mean, just finished the Pokemon Shield playthrough on the channel. Have like a couple extra parts coming out, but go for the midnight release of GameStop. Gonna immediately record a part, probably upload it on Thursday, so that'll be nice. That should be fun to play through that game. That series is to be a walkthrough should take like a while to get done, because I'm not gonna speed through it like I did the Shield. And even Shield took like 30 parts, so like 15 weeks since I posted 2 a week. Legends, I'll probably end up posting 1 a day for the first week, maybe. I don't know. Well, let's see. I don't know. Depends what I do. Depends how much I can record that when I get the game, but we'll see. Yeah, shilling my other channel. You know, you can probably guess what the name is, considering it's Pokemon and Zomb Phox, but yeah. 2nd and 3 for the Panthers. Shamir James is going to the blue tent, the dreaded blue tent for the Cowboys right now. 13 minutes and 48 seconds left. Panthers are basically at midfield right now. Let's see if they can do something here. I think it might be his arm for Shamir. I don't know. I couldn't tell immediately what that was. The only thing that looked to me like could have been bad was the arm. Alright, let's see. 2nd and 3 for the Panthers. Should be an easy first down. Ball is snapped. They fake the handoff. Bryce rolls to his left. Throws the dump off screen. And it's a first down. And to the 40. To the 35. Goes out of bounds at about the 32-yard line. Really solid play for the Panthers right there. Looking a bit worrisome, but the screen worked and was really good. Dude. Yeah, risking legit punishment because Russell Wilson is that bad is hilarious. I mean, it's true. Russ is, like, not good. Like, at all. So I'm not super shocked at that. Xavier Legette, 7 catches over 50 yards this season. My God, I'm so glad we traded up for him last year. Let's see what they do here. Ball is snapped. They pitch it back to Dowdle, who gets to the 30, gets to the 25, gets the first down, gets to the 20-yard line. I mean, my goodness. He is going off right now. I mean, like, he is averaging probably around, like, 7 yards a touch right now, which is insane. I mean, he is playing out of his mind right now. I'm actually going to probably pull it up over here. Not like on that screen, because I don't want to mess with that part of it. Carolina Panthers. Cowboys. Box score. Dowdle is averaging 7.4 yards a carry right now. That is insane. And he has 13 yards on his 1 reception. He's averaging over 7.5 yards a touch. Ball is snapped. Okay, now it's probably more like 7 yards a touch. He only got like 2 yards, but still. He's looking really, really solid right now. I mean, he's up to, that would probably put him up to 66 yards right there, rushing. Which, man, that's pretty wild if I do say so myself. Bro, the Panthers Super Bowl, dude, our Super Bowl will be winning like 7 games. You know, 2 receivers to the left, 3 to the right. Dallas at the top of your screen right there. It's in 5 wide. In field goal range, but you kind of want to get a touchdown to respond to the Cowboys. Bryce is getting pressure. He throws the end zone, and it's a wide open touchdown. Ted McMillan makes up for his garbage interception, making it a tie game as long as he make the extra point. Solid touchdown. Really easy one. Just kind of ran straight, did a vertical, and it worked. So 10-9 at the moment. If we make the extra point, it'll be 10-10, which we will gladly take that. Gotta love that one. Just wide open man. Got it. Massive play. 10-10. I mean, dude, he literally didn't even do like a route. He just ran straight. And he just got the free touchdown, which, I mean, I'm not against it, but it's pretty funny. Kick is up, and it is good. So it is officially 10-10 with 11.5 minutes left in the half. It'll be interesting to see what the Cowboys can do to respond. Maybe they do something good. We'll see. Bro, what? I'm seeing what the clip of OPI was on the Diggs play, dude. This, man, so bad. Oregon State fires their head coach. Sanchez is booked on a misdemeanor. What else is trending? The Jets are still number 1. Oh, no. Yeah, the Jets are 0-6. Gotta love it. -10 net passing yards, dude. He's so bad. Tyler Warren is trending. God, I hate seeing him trending because it means that we did the wrong draft pick, but whatever. Just keep going down. What is the score? I have not actually been paying attention. Robert wants Hubbard to sign his contract. He said bye-bye, Jim. Let's look at some of the scores going on right now. I should have just pulled this up on ESPN. Jaguars are up 6-3 in an absolute barn burner against the Seahawks. Chargers are losing 7-6 against the Dolphins. The Ravens are up 3-0 against the Rams. Thanks, Stafford. 7-7 Cardinals Colts. Patriots up 14-6 over the Saints. And then the Steelers-Browns are 6-0 right now. With Steelers are up. And I forgot who's playing for the Cardinals. Jacoby Brissett. Okay, yeah. The always around Jacoby Brissett. Next start. I hope he does solid, but I don't know, man. It's just every time I see Tyler Warren do well, it's like, man, I really wanted us to have a good tight end because that's like the Panther ways to have, a great tight end one. We haven't had that for so long, but as long as McMillan ends up being really solid, I can't be too mad, even though he's not even the best rookie receiver in the division he's in because of Egmiga. What did Gronk say? Egg Big Boo, I mean. So you got him going on there on Tampa Bay. I mean, just Tampa's been really good. And then let's go over here. How bad am I getting cooked in fantasy? Cooked even worse now. Stafford's at 1 point. Let's go. 1 point, Stafford. Saints have lost 4 more points. That's great. I need I need the Chiefs to get blown out today. Because I'm going against the dude that has, like, all the Chiefs on him. I need to get beat. Mega star me, bruh. Okay, we're just giving everything megas now. Giants beat Denver next week. After what I watched today, I wouldn't be shocked at that, honestly. I really wouldn't. Like, Bo Pix has been mediocre as hell this year. Like, he hasn't been bad. He hasn't been that good. Like, people talk about, like, Wade and Daniels was, like, really falling off a cliff. Dude, I mean, Bo has not been looking insane. He's been looking good enough to win games, but I don't know. We'll see. I wouldn't be shocked if the Giants win that game, honestly. Kick is up, and the Cowboys are going to return. It's up to the 10-yard line. Gets to the 20, cuts to the left, and he gets tackled. Really good coverage by the Panthers, who are able to stop him at about the 22-yard line. Really solid play right there. Oh, don't say that. Don't tell me Puka's hurt. Bruh. That is not good. Dude, this is the literal first time I start Stafford over Baker and Puka gets hurt. Okay, we're just having a laugh. They snap the ball, and it's going to be only about a 2-yard gain right there for the Cowboys. We'll take that. We will gladly take that. Only gain a couple of yards, you can take it. I will say, I did love hearing that the Tigers ended up retiring Cam's jersey. Kind of shocked it took them this long to do that, but hey, it is nice to hear that. Ball is snapped. Dak looks to the right side of the field, throws. It is going to be caught, and it's a first down to Pickens. Like, dude, that wasn't okay. Like, bruh. Just terrible overall playing right there. You know what I mean? Like, come on. Hey, Stafford last week put up like 6 more points than Baker because he's been just feeding Puka to this insane degree. And it's like with... Because I think Stafford was my quarterback in 2021, or I knew somebody who had him. And, like, because he was feeding somebody as much as he was, you are guaranteed they hand the ball off, and it's going to be tackle behind the line of scrimmage. Should be about a 1-yard loss. Like, Stafford was getting, like, 10 points just from throwing to Cooper Kupp that year. And even this year, it's the same way. And so it's like, if he's getting that much from just one guy, and he's just going to feed him like that, you almost guarantee a 300-yard passing performance, whereas Baker will give you those games where he only gets you, like, 210 yards and, like, 1 touchdown. But the way Stafford was playing is like 2021, where he's giving you, like, 300 yards every time. But then, of course, when I start him is when Puka is apparently hurt and he's not playing insane. So, you know, I need to offload one of them. My running back room is so weak right now. I mean, I'm having to start Sean Tucker and Ramondre Stevenson. And that's also because I have Brock Bowers, who is hurt, I believe. Or no, he is healthy. Oh, he's healthy? Okay. I didn't think he was healthy. No, he is out. Yeah, he is out. So Brock Bowers is out. Mike Evans is out. Jordan Addison is on a bye. Christian Kirk has been the worst draft pick I've done this year. So it's been really rough. They get the snap. Dak looks to the right, looks to the middle of the field, throws. It is caught, and it's only about a 4-yard gain, so it's going to be about 3rd and 10 here. Should be good, except our mid-ass quarterbacks. Yeah, it's J.C. Horn and a bunch of guys. Gotta love it. But you know what? The Jordan Addison call has been looking solid. The Jordan Addison call to draft him when I did has worked well. The 2 weeks he's played, he's gotten me solid points and been better than almost any other receiver I have. It's just an issue of that's about it. Because Mike Evans being hurt is really bad. Because, yeah, I mean, playoffs are only a few weeks away. I might be eliminated soon. Ball is snapped. Dak looks to the middle of the field. Rolling up in the pocket, he throws. It is going to be incomplete. Great coverage right there by the Panthers DBs. Oh, they're calling DPI on this one, I bet. Let's see. Are they going to call? Let's see. Yep, calling a DPI. Dude, the ref ball, baby. Let's see. No grab, no grab. Bro, we calling everything DPI now. We just haven't allowed with that one. Why are my receivers bummed in fantasy? Hey, I don't know, man. It can't be that much worse than mine right now. I mean, Ramondre Stevenson has got me 0.1 point right now. And I don't have any other running back I can play over him, so it ain't looking good for me. Ball is snapped. They fake the handoff. Dak looks to the deep. He's going to throw the little check down. And he dodges 2 tackles and is able to get like 6 yards on the play instead of getting tackled for a loss. Annoying, but that is what you do with the Panthers defense. It just annoys you. Okay, what's news over here? Puka off the field is not good. Nice tackle. Forced 3rd and 5 right here. That's really solid right there. We definitely take that. We take that. Hopefully we can get a stop this time. Force them to punt the ball. Get us the ball back. If we can go into the halftime with the lead, that would be huge for the team. We'll see. Jets passed on Dart. I think the Jets passed on a lot of things they shouldn't have. But yeah, that was a pretty bad one. Well, I wouldn't say that. I still stand by it that Dart shouldn't have been a first-round quarterback. Like, I can say that, it is working out. Ball is snapped. Dak looks in the middle of the field, throws. It is going to be caught for the first down. I mean, the coverage is just so bad. And that was on Horn, I believe. I can't tell the jersey number for sure, but that's just bad right there. I mean, Pickens was just essentially wide open. It was not Horn, but that was like a free one. He was fully like 2 steps ahead of him. But like, Jackson Dart shouldn't have been a first-round quarterback. Like, this draft had really one, for sure one, and that was Cam Ward. Like, Dart was a second-round quarterback, but obviously the quarterback inflation is made like if Tyler Shuck is a second-round pick and an early one at that, like, bruh. But, hey, it's working out for him, so, hey, it's working out for the G-men. I mean, Dart has been looking really solid. Abdul Carter's looked solid, and Scatman is doing good. And you still have Teron Tracy as a backup. They snap the ball, and he's going to be tackled behind the line of scrimmage for about a 4-yard loss. Really solid play for the Panthers defense. Force a long second down. So, you definitely do take that if you're a Giants fan, that you still have Teron Tracy. Yes, losing Neighbors is really rough for the team, but you hopefully are able to find out another legit wide receiver 2 or 3 type of player while he is hurt. And, gets maybe some more action for the Scatman and Tracy. So you're fine. I mean, you have a great running back duo that you're not paying any money for. So you're fine with that. 2nd and 12 for the Cowboys. Wow, they only pushed him back 2 yards. They gave him a really favorable spot there. In shotgun, ball is snapped. Dak looks to the right, looks to the left, throws over the middle, and it's going to be caught for a 6-ish yard gain. Going to be about 3rd and 6 for the Cowboys right there. Again, like, they were basically playing prevent defense right there. I mean, nobody within like 2 yards of him, really 3 yards of him, and Jen caught the ball, able to get a couple. Caught an 8-yard reception, so it's going to be 3rd and 4 for the Cowboys in field goal range. 3 receivers to the bottom of your screen, 1 to the top. Running back is to Dak's left, it looked like. Yep, to his left. Might be calling an audible here. In shotgun. Ball is snapped. Looks to the left. Throws the deep ball. Incomplete. He overthrew him. That is going to force out the field goal. We capping. Let me see this. My boy, James Franklin. James Franklin is gone. Let's go. Dude, if you heard some cheering somewhere, that was from Penn State. That's where you heard that cheering. What? They're going for it. What the hell? Nah, they got to be faking this. There ain't no way you're going for it here at 4th and 4 right now. Yeah, I think Dallas just called a timeout. Yeah, okay. I didn't even realize they lost to Northwestern, but yeah, they, yeah, good. I mean, he should be fired. Dude was awful. I mean, seriously. No Penn State. QB right. I don't know the whole thing with it. Well, yeah, I think Drew Allor got hurt during the game. But, I mean, like, they were sucking even before that. I mean, Franklin deserves to be fired. Like, he has won, like, maybe 1-2 games that are, like, actual big matchups. Everything else has been, like, easy. And, look, this decision to fire him today is on purpose. It is during NFL Sunday. The AP rankings are going to come out in, I think, like a couple hours. Like, they're doing this to try and keep it as under the rug as possible. Because, like, bro should have been fired last year. But, yeah. 4th and 4. They're going for it. And they snap it. And they get pressured. And they get the first down. But there's going to be OPI. You know what? I'm actually happy because that's going to be OPI right there. It looks like he pushed him off. It's going to be OPI. It's going to push him back. It's going to make Aubrey's field goal longer, which is going to still give Brandon Aubrey a field goal, which I'm happy with for the UFL and for my fantasy team. And they're not going to get a touchdown. Like, surely that's OPI, right? Oh, maybe not. I mean, you just kind of fell down. They called that on... Okay, we're just bullshitting. You called DPI for that because he fell down? Insane. Is Dex one of the best DTs of all time? Okay, we're just having a laugh. He's a solid player, but of all time, I don't know about that one. You know what? It worked, but I still stand by. Just because something worked doesn't mean it's a good decision. Do a little bit of a trick play, and it's going to be about a jet sweep for about 2.5 yards. It may have worked, but if you're a Cowboys fan, man, that is something you really hate to see. Because that is such a terrible play call right there to go for it on 4th and 4 with Brandon Aubrey at field as your kicker. So even though it worked, you got to know, sometimes a play can work and it can still be stupid. That was a stupid play by the Cowboys. Really poor decision-making by them. That's the kind of thing that come January is going to cost you games. Unless you are built on going for it anywhere like the Lions are, which the Cowboys really aren't. Because if you have a kicker like Aubrey, you take those 3 points that you know you're going to get. So, it worked for him, but not a good call. Ball is snapped. Dak looks to the right, looks to the left. Throws it over the middle. It is a wide open catch for Ferguson. 16-10. Cowboys over Panthers. Philadelphia Eagles. What happened? And nice to see you, Adam. I mean, dude, this cornerback and DB group is so bad. Hey, the NFC East, man. That's the only division where literally anything can happen. I mean, the Eagles are not going to make it. Like, they're not going to win the division is what I mean. Like, if it's been over 25 years, basically, since a team has repeated that division, it ain't happening this year. But, so, you know, never know. Kick us up and it is good. Dude, our secondary is so ass. I mean, seriously ass. That's so bad. What we just let happen to us. I mean, play after play of just absolutely no coverage. It's insane. Okay, my projected total. Like, dude, I need my 80-yard deep bomb out for Alec Pierce. Like, come on. I need it. Nice 60 with the concussion. Pierce turns weeks. But we'll see. Okay, so Ryan Florian's up to 4 points. We'll take it. Aubrey got 5. It's good. You know what it is. Cardinals and the Colts. Yeah. Let's see. Are we going to see? Thank you, Jesus, by Amanda Niemiller. Yes, we're top 25, baby. We love it. We are ranked. The Bearcats are ranked. We are ranked. Oh, I'm not on my, I can't do my absolute cinema post because I'm on the wrong thing. That is beautiful. We are finally ranked. We should have been ranked last week. We bitch made Iowa State. They tried to come back and we bitch slapped them and said, nah, that ain't happening. But for some reason, we got dicked, we got effed, and we got put 26th. And I'm pretty sure the coaches poll had us at like 28th. And now we are ranked. We deserve it. We deserve to be ranked. That is a massive W. We gladly take that. Bearcats are ranked. Our team is good. We are going to the Big 12 championship game. No, I am not being delusional. I mean, really, our schedule is unironically really weak outside of like BYU and like one other game. Like, we have like 2 tough games, and they're not even insane. So we actually could make the playoffs because Bearcats football. Because our schedule is Oklahoma State should be a free win. Baylor should be relatively easy. Utah could be. Then you got Arizona, BYU, TCU. Like, that is a very easy to win schedule. BYU's a toughie. That's a toughie, but it's not like insane. AP rankings. By the way, if you just joined, we're in commercial break right now, so I can do this. AP rankings. Where is the top 25? Okay, so they still have not updated on there, bro. Come on. Yeah, we're going to X that. Returns up to the 25, the 30, and it's going to be about the 35-yard line. James Franklin's so ass, seriously. Okay, yep, so Bearcats at 24. Yeah, so BYU is a tough one. They're ranked 15. That's really the only super tough game we have. Everything else is relatively easy. What about a 2-yard gain for the Panthers? Nothing insane, but is what it is. Arizona did just give BYU a pretty good fight, so that's not good, but they're still, 4-2 team. TCU is 4-2 as well. Bit scary. Oklahoma State's just so ass. Baylor, they're 4-2 teams, but it's not like they're oh my god, they're, massive teams. So hopefully we get some W's is what I want to see. And I misclicked. Ball is snapped. Bryce throws it deep to the left, and he overthrew him. That would have been a touchdown, but there is a flag. Hopefully we get a DPI here. Be really nice, but yeah. He's a bell right now. Should be some sort of DPI. JSN at 650 yards, insane. Still talking about this flag. Should be pretty easy. DPI, I mean, you gave it, okay, they at least holding. At least we got holding. We'll take it. Automatic first down. We'll take it. Could be better. Could be better, but it is what it is. Why not go for it when we do? Let's go back home. There we go. Renew post. My post. Need to download this on here. Bryce throws the dump off. It is caught for more like 6 yards. Give me 2nd and 4 for the Panthers. We will gladly take that. We will gladly take that one right there. Go over here, refresh this. Take that. There we go. 2nd and 4 for the Panthers. Xavier, look at it, 15 yards. Ooh, not a bust. Motions him from the left to the right. Ball is snapped. Handed off once again to Dowdle, who gets the first down. Love to see that. Going to bring us to the 2-minute warning. Panthers should be able to kill this clock, and kick the field goal, or hopefully get a touchdown, but at least kick the field goal. We do get the ball at half. It is important to remember we do get the ball at half. So it's not the end of the world if we're heading into halftime losing, so we do get the ball back. If we just, score a touchdown, then we'll be, winning. So, not too upset about that. But 2 minutes left in the quarter, or in the half. We'll see what happens. Man, Dowdle is looking solid. He really is looking good, which I'm very happy about. Bearcats ranked, man. Love to see it. I mean, I can't believe we didn't get ranked last week. That was so aggravating. But you know what? We will take 24. Arguably should be higher, arguably should be higher. But, not the worst in the world. Top 24 in both of them is really solid. Bearcats are ranked. Yeah, looking at everybody talking about this. Your first place, Bearcats. That's right, I think we are. Yeah, it's 3-0, baby, in the conference. That's the thing I did forget. We are 3-0 in the conference. Is really huge. First time we're ranked since 2022. Orlando, we are Bravo. Okay. Let's see what else is happening. Penn State is a public university. $49 million going to him, bro. That's insane. James Franklin is so ass. I'm so glad he got fired. Like, so I hate when people teams don't fire guys who deserve it. Bro deserved to be fired, and finally, it happened. James Franklin's up to number 6 on trending. We love to see that. Love to see it. Going to be paid a ton of money. As you all know, the best job in the world is being a fired NFL or college football head coach. You get paid a ton of money and do nothing. So, definitely nice. Hitler dead. Oh my god, that is diabolical. I'm not shocked, but yeah. Rain in the forecast. Okay. Panthers legend Greg Olsen showing him in the broadcast booth. 2 minutes left in the half. Let's see what the Panthers do here. Under center, motioning one receiver from the right to the left, and they hand it off to Dowdle again, who cuts into the middle. Beautiful cut and gets almost a first down in that one. That was one of those plays he should have only gained like 1 yard, instead gained like 9 yards. Really solid play by him right there. Love to see that. James Franklin finally got canned. Hey, I saw you retweet that one. It is great, though. He got fired. Little late, but hey, he got fired, finally. So, massive W for Penn State and Pennsylvania as a whole. 2nd and 1 here. Wouldn't be shocked if they hand it off again. You just got to eat this clock. You still got 3 timeouts left, so the clock is literally whatever you want it to be. Snap it. Bryce drops back, looks to the middle, throws it to Dowdle, who gets the first down, and then about an extra 3 yards. Really solid right there. Minute and 10 seconds left. I would be going a little bit faster. They're kind of doing pretty nonchalant. You got to still try and get a touchdown here. But, you know, you want to get this clock out. But Dallas only has 2 timeouts left. They only stopped the clock twice. But, I mean, right now, you're about to take 20 seconds just to get to the next play call here. Not the biggest fan of that when you're still almost 40 yards out of the end zone. And they hand it off again, and it's only a 1-yard gain. It definitely could be. I mean, you got to start doing some play action to get those wide receivers out there. But who just called the timeout there? Now you call a timeout, bro? Okay, so we're just calling timeout whenever you feel like it. Looks like Carolina calls a timeout there. Now, this is the one issue, is that now because of where you're at right now, because you did that play and only gained 1 yard after how much time you took, Dallas still has 2 timeouts left. So you really can't throw the ball as much as you want to, which is why I still would. I think that it would be a good idea to do some sort of play-action play here. You want to get this first down. You know, at the very least, you want to make it a closer field goal, but you need to get the first down so that Dallas has no shot at getting the ball back. Because with, let's say, 30 seconds left and 2 timeouts or even 1 timeout, they can get in the field goal range the way this offense works with Dallas. You can get 1 deep shot to Flournoy or Pickens, and it's pretty much over for you. But we'll see. Penn State fired. Man, everybody's happening. Everybody is so happy that Franklin's gone. I mean, again, like, bro, if you're a terrible head coach, like, you know what I mean? Like, sometimes, bro, you need to be fired. And he needed to be fired. So, yeah, I don't think anyone's upset about that. You know what I mean? I don't think anyone's upset about it. It's probably moved up to number 3 on trending. Number 3 on trending. So we'll take that. Number 3 on trending. Number 2 is Drake May. Number 1 is a Jet still. T-Mac is trending. Okay. Oh, McMillan. Okay. Well, how was his first touchdown? Okay. What was that? Did I say it's not on Bryce? Or, okay. One new post is another one? No, okay. I was going to say is another one. Is Under having a good year? From what I understand, he's been just kind of Like, he has not played like the number 2 overall pick. That's basically what it is. He has not played like he was supposed to, because he was supposed to be able to do both. He has not been playing super insane. He's just been, like, kind of okay on really both sides of the ball. And even both sides of the ball is, like, being a bit generous, because he only has played so many, you know, plays on both sides. But he hasn't been bad. It's not like he's playing like a bust, like some people are saying. He just hasn't been incredible. Clemson, I know they pwned UNC, but like, I mean, like, whoa. So that's all I know. But Clemson overall is like kind of eh. But yeah, I believe in sports curses. Hey, the Babe Ruth curse, the Billy Goat curse for the Cubs, the Bobby Lane curse for the Lions. I mean, a lot of them last a long time. So, hey, it's like trends. I believe in a lot of trends. Why I don't think the Eagles are going to win the division this year, right? I think I picked the Commanders to win it. At least I hope I did. I may have picked them, but if I did, I regret that one. Because, again, no one has won the NFC East 2 times in a row in, like, over 20 years. So, why would I pick a team to do it now? Jets are pathetic. Yeah, it ain't looking good. Their defense played so well, and it was literally for nothing because the offense did nothing all game. 44 seconds left. It's supposed to be a 30-second timeout, but whatever. 44 seconds left in the half. They're in an obvious passing scenario and formation. Bryce is in shotgun, ball snapped. Not even play action. Bryce throws over the middle. It is caught by Leggett, who almost dropped it, and he only gained about a yard. What the... What did I just watch? Bro, okay. If you're not seeing the game, what it appears to be is Leggett caught the ball, a forward pass, and tried to pitch it fully forward to Rico Dowdle, resulting in the ball maybe going to the Cowboys. What in the hell is Leggett thinking? And then it got peanut punched out of Dowdle's hands. Or was it Dowdle? Yeah, it was Dowdle. I got peanut punched out of his hand. Dude, what am I watching? Like, dude, this... Yeah, it looks like Leggett jumped on the fumble. So at least he got his own fumble, but they're looking on, is this a forward pass? If it's a forward pass, it's a... Oh, that was Leggett. If it's a forward pass, then it is going to be a penalty, which might kick him out of field goal range, but let's see. Who the penalty is. If it is. Okay, they're saying that he did legitimately pitch it. Even then, they're going to lose yards because of where they recovered the football. Like, that's almost as bad as the Josh Allen play. If you know what I'm talking about, you know what I'm talking about when I say the Josh Allen play, which is one of the most infamous plays in playoff history. That was almost that bad. I mean, seriously, like, I don't know what he was thinking. Like, dude, that you are viewed by the mass majority of NFL and Panthers fans as a total bust. Doing a play like that gives everybody who calls you a bust confidence in that they are right. Like, that is such a pathetic play by a player that has been only liked by the media because he talks funny and it's from himself. Because, man, holy crap, what an awful play. Joe Namath selling his soul to beat the Colts in Super Bowl III, bro. The guarantee. Just only had 82 yards of offense and made the red zone. And hey, don't forget, the Jets had negative net passing yards. That was the best part about it. Jets fan in the Big 25, bro. If you're a Jets fan in 2025, it's rough. That is really rough. Carolina is electing to run 10 seconds. Trying to cut this clock down. They still got to get a field goal, but yeah. Zomb, we are jokes. The Panthers, man, it's just, as soon as, like, there's any sort of hope and hype and optimism for this franchise, they do something stupid like that. Like, dude, what in the hell was Leggett thinking? Like, who the hell was he? I don't know. It is, like, bro, you're not a quarterback. That was a pitiful throw to Dowdle. Cowboys call a timeout to negate the 10-second runoff. So, 30 seconds left. Schottenheimer is trying to get the ball back, though, with how much time is left. I really don't think it matters, because you're going to have, like, literally either one timeout and, like, 20 seconds left, or you're going to have, like, 0 timeouts and 25 seconds left. So I don't really think it's the biggest deal. Panthers need to gain some yards. They're not really in great field goal range. You need a field goal. You need to get at least 5 yards here. So I honestly would run the ball here. I would just do a dump off to Dowdle. Either a dump off or just a handoff. And they throw it, and it is a dump off. Not Dowdle, but it's still 7-yard gain. Like that one. Cowboys, I believe, just did call a timeout which is not the worst thing in the world because, hey, if you get a return and you get like a massive 40-yard return and then you get a quick, 20-yard out route, like you can get a field goal in that time, especially with Brandon Aubrey being able to kick like a legit 70-yarder. Not really shocked about it, but we'll see. As for the Panthers, man, if they missed this field goal, honestly, I blame Xavier Legette because he pushed him back 8 yards and they basically gained what they had back, so it's on him. But the 25, okay. This Jets team, I don't think they're joining the Browns. Well, actually, I take it back. They might, because the Browns are very similar to this. Because people are looking at the Jets and will probably say, oh, but they're not losing by a ton every game. The 2017 Browns were in so many games. The game against the Packers, they went to OT. The Steelers, they could have won it if that guy didn't drop that ball. Like, that Browns team was in a lot of games, like this Jets one. So, honestly, I wouldn't be super shocked. Only difference is that team had a rookie quarterback play for almost the whole year in Deshaun Kaiser. Kick is up, and it is good. 17-13 with 20 seconds left in the half. So, hey, it's not the worst thing in the world. Can I retweet this? Fumble Madness? Yes, I can. Marvin Harrison Jr. is being evaluated for a concussion. I shouldn't laugh, but it's like, only because it's Marvin Harrison Jr. Like, bro, I mean, I don't think I'll ever be able to forget that play where the ball literally, he's wide open for like a 30-yard gain, and the ball hits him like right here, and he drops it. Like, you're an NFL receiver, my brother in Christ. Like, dude, legitimate middle schoolers could have done that play. Like, legitimately, there are probably, only in the 21st century, there's probably like 10 teams that were actually worse than the 17 Browns, but the 17 Browns just couldn't get the job done. Like that 2010 Panthers team, I believe they went 1-15, or was it like, or 2-14 with Jimmy Clausen. That team was worse than those Browns. There's been a couple of teams recently that probably are worse. Like there's a few like 1-15 teams that were probably worse. Like that Browns team really wasn't that bad. The fans are gonna go crazy, especially with how we're playing. Cause like this is like the Ted McMillan dropped catch that resulted in an interception, that Xavier Legette play. Like if we win despite literally shooting ourselves in the foot like 3 times, it's a Super Bowl. Honestly, yeah, pretty much it is. Kick is up, and it is going to be. Oh, bounces in the end zone. Wow, that could have been bad. See, it looked like he touched it and couldn't catch it, but you're the Cowboys. I say go for a deep shot. I know you didn't get the, long return you were hoping for if you're a Cowboys fan or a Cowboys, coach or whatever. You have Aubrey. You don't need that many yards to get into field goal range. Especially only 20 seconds left. As long as you tell Dak, like, just don't throw it into, like, double coverage. Like, if you're going on a one-on-one guy and you get an intercept, and they're kneeling it, bro. What a pussy move. You should have gone for it. Ravens or Bengals if you AFC. Oh, I would. I would. Look, like, the Ravens legitimately look awful. And so do the Bengals. Like, the Bengals, man, because it is true what people are saying, like, Joe Flacco is not going to save this team to the massive degree that some people think he will. He just won't. But you never know for sure. But I do think that both those teams are pretty much done. I don't see them making the playoffs because they'd have to pretty much just win out to make it. I don't see it happen. James Franklin, it is estimated that he is going to be making $15 per minute after being fired by Penn State. Or better yet, he's going to be making a quarter per second. How about that? Until 2031. How about that? A quarter a second. Could you imagine that? That is insane. Gotta love it. Got to love it. Get rewarded for being an ass. And still not trending over the Jets. Jets are number 1. James Franklin number 2. Drake May number 3. Steelers trending. Why are the Steelers trending with Dallas Cowboys and keep pounding? Like, what? Really? We're just having a laugh, aren't we? Chris Boswell. This is a real NFL QB stat line. 45 yards, 2.5 average. Oh my god, 9 sacks for 55 yards. Okay, I see what people are talking about. That looks so bad when you look at it like that. what a game. Let's see. What is my fantasy team doing? Am I cooked in fantasy? Let's see. Stafford has 1.1 points through half. Great. Gainwell's up to 5.5. I'll take that. Pierce has no reception. Flourney is at like half his projected total, so looking like really bad, but is what it is. Glorious fleecing pro tip. Fields mid. Fields mid. That might be being generous to the word mid or to Fields, because like, dude, Fields is not looking good. I want Ravens kicked while down. The Ravens are so bad. Like, they're so bad. I mean, my God, they look so bad, and it's such a shame, but it is true. Ain't no way that's real. Let me see this. I gotta look this up. I gotta see if these leaks are true. Mega Phox. Apparently, the stats have been leaked. Let us find out. Ranked battle rewards. I still can't believe that's so stupid stuff. That you have to get those. Phox stats. So the Mega Phox stats are supposed to be. Wow, that is actually insane. 159 special attack, 134 speed is insane. That is literally faster than every other Mega they added this year. That's wild. MR. Is that all of them? Chestnut. I'm not seeing Greninja on there. Greninja's probably faster, but. Oh, there it is. Part 2. Yeah, Greninja's faster, but still insane. That's going to be so much fun to do. Going to be insane. Just such a shame I got to wait like 2 months or whatever for that season to come out, and I got to buy a Nintendo Online again. How ass the Jets passing offense. It's really bad. It's definitely really bad. Panthers, Jets, both in super backup, so I'm going to keep the starter no matter what. Well, I mean, Andy Dalton's still the backup, and he's probably better than Bryce in terms of legit quarterbacking, arguably. But Tyrod's better. I mean, Tyrod looked so much better in the little bit that he played. So, yeah. Yeah, Mega Greninja was the only one that looked bad. Mega Greninja looked so awful. Like, it literally looked like nothing changed. But Chestnut and Phox both look incredible, so... Hey, it's annoying that I gotta wait, you know, like 2 months or whatever for the thingy to happen. But it is what it is. You know. We'll see. Gonna get the games on Thursday morning, night, whatever you want to call it, 12 a.m. on Thursday. So, we'll get it there. That'll be nice. But, yeah, we'll see. Play it in the channel will be fun. Just annoying that you gotta get this stupid thingy with the ranked game mode that won't be out for season 1 or whatever. So, ranked battles season 1 starts October 8th. So, following season 1, that'll probably be, or starting October 16th, that'll probably be in either November or December. So, how long do ranked seasons last Pokemon? Because I assume it's the same as the other one. Okay, not showing it, but probably a month, so is what it is. I'm gonna have to get some, whatever the special attack minus attack nature is, or speed. I'll probably go for speed, honestly. Speed will probably be really good for Phox, but we'll see. It'll be fun. It'll be fun. Just gotta wait for it. Chestnut is my favorite starter, college starter. That group is really nice. I mean, because I just replayed Shield, man. The Shield's starter trio is so ass. Like, I know my friend's favorite Pokemon ever is a Cinderace, but dude, that trio is, like, for starters, it is so ass. It is so bad. It is the worst in the franchise's history by a country mile. Pokemon Natures. What's the one I need? I need to get the plus special attack, minus attack. I need Modest or Timid. Both those would be the best two for that Mega Phox. Everyone at half. Yeah, we sadly don't got any of that, like, oh, we can just go put on this game or something, which is definitely annoying, but it is what it is. We can talk about random stuff while we're in half, so I'm not fully against it, you know. Trending. Nothing else is really trending. Derrick Henry's trending. Oh, God. It's 1 carry out of 4 attempts at the goal line. Because 1 attempt at the goal line is insane. They used Mark Henry to rush twice. Insane. A Swampert, a classic. That's another great trio. That's a Gen 3, 4, and 6 that are probably the best trios. 7 is a good case for it. Even 9, nah, I'm not. I don't know. Hey, but you know what? We getting Zomb Phox, the mega form, and all that. So that's gonna be really nice. Can't wait for that. Just gotta, wait for it. Wait for the game. Wait for that season to come out. Hopefully, it's easy to catch in the game. Because I'd assume my team is probably going to be Meganium, Leafeon, the Gardevoir I get for free, and Zomb Phox, and 2 other Pokemon, so we'll see. So if Bryce continues to be maybe not terrible, do we let it go at the end of the year? I would. Because I believe we do have a first-round pick this year, and I would. I can't imagine paying him $40 million a year, which is what we'd probably have to pay him to keep him. He's not good enough for $40 million a year. And so I think that there are definitely quarterbacks you could draft that would be better than him. If he plays the way he's been playing this year, he's not good enough to be a franchise quarterback that's going to win you games. Because that would mean that you would have drafted first-round receivers in back-to-back years. And if he barely improves or stays the same, that's damning for him, not the receivers in my book, aside from Leggett, because Leggett's just been bad. So that's what I would say. I would let him walk. Drake May and Josh Allen hard carrying the AFC East. Dude, hey, the Dolphins are playing well against the Chargers right now. So yeah. Kanto and Hohenstars in the game too. Yeah, you see the leaks, Adam? Because I know the leaks just came out today about the Pokédex. It looks really small, but the leaks for the Pokédex just came out earlier today. So, I just hope that it's not like hard to catch Pokemon. I don't know. And I do think that I saw that the shiny stuff from Legends Arceus is coming back, where it's actually like easy to tell because you hear the sparkles and you see it. So that's gonna be nice. Very happy about that. They are not in the game, which is a shame. I would have loved to have a team of basically just like 3 starters, but it is what it is. No Paldea starters. So it is what it is. But I just hope the rank stuff is fun. I hope it's easy to rank up because I do not want to have to like grind for like I don't want to have to spend 5 hours grinding to get the Zomb Phox. I hope it's like Pokeball or Quick Ball or Pokeball to like Great Ball and that's it. And then Zomb Phox for season 2. Because if I have to spend like 6 hours grinding, I'm going to want to shoot myself. You know what I mean? Like, let me just get my Zomb Phox site. Let me get my Mega Zomb Phox and have fun. So, we'll see. It'll be fun to play that on the channel. Not this channel, but a different channel. So, do midnight release. First pre-order I've ever done for a game, I believe. I don't think I pre-ordered any other game before. The only one I may have was MW2, but I'm pretty sure I just bought that on release day, which I regret because that game was not that good. Or was MW 2019? But I didn't pre-order either of them. So, we'll see. Go on to GameStop midnight. Record that gameplay probably Thursday night, post it on Friday, and then maybe... Or post Thursday, I should say, then maybe do like a triple day or whatever, but yeah. I mean, the color scheme to me is more like the Pittsburgh Maulers of 2022, honestly, is what it reminds me of. Because, like, I know what you mean with the Apollos, but when I looked at those colors, I was like, man, it's like I'm looking at the 2022 Maulers. Like that deep purple that's, like, bright-ish, and then the super orange, like, that's the Pittsburgh Maulers right there. And, I mean, that's kind of what it felt like. It felt like they used colors for that team and the Kings they've already used before. Like, the Kings are, like, similar to the Guardians, but not as bad with the light gray, it looked like to me. So, we'll see. Legends EA. Is there anything else that's coming out by the Legends EA leaks? Leakers currently on the game. Upload blurry. Obama phone probably pics. Okay. I can't wait to see how bad this game runs on the Switch. I really can't. Let's see. Is James Franklin up to #1 trending? He's up to #2 still, which I'm not shocked at. I mean, again, they really try to bury this firing, but, like, yeah. Playing for a spot in the National Championship game. Like, they say that, like, it's important to remember that when they were in that position, that they were, like, 2020, for CFB playoffs. They were expected to easily win that. Like, that was supposed to be just insanely easy, and they didn't. Bracket, yeah. Because they were the ones that went against Notre Dame. They were expected to easily beat Notre Dame. Like, you gotta remember, their path was SMU, Boise State, Notre Dame. Ohio State's was Tennessee, Oregon, Texas. Like, like, I love Boise. And I picked Notre Dame to win it all. But for the average fan, which was a tougher one? Ohio State's was far tougher. And the fact that Penn State lost to Notre Dame was like a massive, massive L right there. Because I'm pretty sure they were like somewhat substantial favorites in that game, if I believe. Oh no, they were favored, but it was only by 1.5. But they were favored, and they ended up losing that game. And it was just rough. And then this year, they've just been sucking. It's just like, I'm not shocked. Like, yeah. They should have Kevin Burkhardt NBA commentator's game. I said in Baltimore for this game. I said be in Baltimore for the Ravens and Rams games. I mean, what's the game? Well, I guess it's, I don't know. I mean, the Ravens-Rams was a bigger matchup on paper, but I'm not like super shocked though. But yeah, this game definitely was the one. Like, heading into this week, it was clear this was the 1 p.m. slate. This was going to be the most fun game to watch. I thought that was pretty clear. I think everybody kind of knew that. But I think in terms of big matchup, it was technically the Ravens and the Rams. But, yeah, man, I love watching me some Cooper Rush against Puka-less Rams team. Obama phone. Yeah, so everybody made the joke that the Legends EA leakers, whenever they're leaking the, like, pictures, they're using, like, phone quality cameras from, like, the Obama administration. Like, you know, like 10-plus-year-old camera quality, which is super true if you've seen some of the leaks, but yeah. The Pac-12 is definitely not a power conference. It's pretty much agreed upon that it's the Power 4 now, and then it's just the top 5th conference. Because at the end of the day, the the Pac-12 is basically like 2 legit Power 5 teams, and then it's like a bunch of teams that were like group of 5 teams pretty much, so yeah. And the ball is kicked off. We're going to start this half, and Panthers are going to kneel this one in the touchback. Top college QB, I honestly couldn't tell you. It's looking like Mateo could be it, but there's a couple that could be. I haven't watched every team enough to see it. Like, I've watched a few Carson Beck games. It ain't going to be him. He's looking better, but it ain't going to be him. I haven't really watched Ohio State. I've watched Alabama some. Watched Cincinnati, obviously, and Sorsby's been looking incredible this year. I couldn't say for sure. I just know it ain't going to be Arch Manning. You know what I mean? I believe USC lost that game. I believe they lost. Because they were playing LSU, right? And I'm pretty sure LSU beat them. LSU versus South Carolina. Yeah, LSU beat them 20-10. Ball is snapped. They fake the handoff. Bryce looks. He throws it deep to the left. Wide open man. It is caught. And he's going for it. And he is going to be out of bounds. Depends where they spot him. That's a huge gain right there for the Panthers. Massive, massive play for the Panthers. Jimmy Horn Jr. with a massive play right there. I just hate how Lenora Sellers has not looked that good this year. Lenora Sellers was so good last year. Then this year he wasn't looking too hot, got hurt. Now he's looking too good. But yeah. Kings Rally should be called a Stampede Bowl. Honestly, that wouldn't be a bad idea. The 2 horse teams, not against that. Solid play right there for the Panthers. Love to see that. Shocked they didn't throw a roughing the passer call for that. Not that that was roughing the passer, but that's what they normally would call. But yeah, Jimmy Horn Jr. with a massive play right there. Love to see. They're at the 46-yard line in Dallas territory now. They hand it off, and Dowdle gets about 4 yards. I honestly don't know if ASU's quarterback is good. I honestly don't know. Bryce Young is up to Dallas Cowboys versus the Panthers. The box score. He is up to 124 passing yards. I believe they just counted that one right there. Yes, so 134. So not a lot, but not terrible. 2nd and 7 for the Panthers. Motioning receiver from the top to the bottom of your screen. Now it's cutting back to the top of the screen. Almost fell down. Ball is snapped, and they just hand it off. Anyway, there is a flag. This honestly is probably going to be in the Panthers for something. First down if there is no flag, but this is probably going to be the Panthers for some sort of illegal shift penalty. But we'll see. So a Josh Allen quarter. Ooh, Defense offsides, we'll take that. Penalty declined, we get the first down, though. So, really solid play for the Panthers. Again, it will be very interesting to see what happens when Chuba comes back, because Dowdle is now, in a game and a half, has been looking incredible and even better than Chuba has at his peak. Going to be very interesting to see what we end up doing at the running back position, 100%. First and 10 for the Panthers. Motioning receiver, or doing the same exact motion as he did last time, and almost the same play, but now it's play action. Bryce rolling to his left, throws it. It is going to be caught, deep pass. It is a touchdown for the Panthers by Rico Dowdle, continuing his unfathomable rise from the top right now. Trying to dig that grave of the Cowboys. Huge play for the Panthers. Massive, massive one for Dowdle. 19-17, Carolina over Dallas. Rico Dowdle, man, he is playing out of his mind right now. What a play. What a play. 20-17 now. Yeah, so massive play. Love to see that. Firing so big, NFL Network is making it breaking news. You gotta love it. I did conversation in the Lee fans asking why didn't they choose the purple, and I said not to get mixed up with the Sacramento Kings. That would be hilarious if they did that. That would be hilarious if they did it just like the Kings, or made it black like the LA Kings. That would have been funny as well. Just wild, man. Dowdle might be trending, or should be, honestly. He's playing insane. Matt Rule is trending. Oh, no. Leggett trending. Not shocked. Probably for something bad. Well, yeah, obviously for something bad. That's a stupid play. Cooper Rush is trending. Oh, no. Under Cooper Rush. We are so back. Absolutely wild play for the Panthers right there. I mean, let's see. That puts Dowdle now at 15 carries for 90 yards. That's 6 yards a carry. Not as good as the first half, but still insane. And now that's 3 receptions for 53 yards. It's a 17.7 average. And he does have the 1 fumble, which obviously isn't good, but still. I mean, he's averaging, I think now it's up to around like 8 yards a touch, I believe. Let's see. So that'd be 143 divided by 18. He is averaging basically 8 yards a touch right now, which is really, really good. He's playing out of his mind right now. What did the Penn State coach do? James Franklin is on a 0-3 skid on his last 3 games, which includes losses to inexcusable Northwestern and UCLA. So they are, yeah, not looking too good. But yeah, James Franklin got fired, and I don't think anyone's really upset about it. A lot of people believe that even last year when they were winning, that he really wasn't doing that good a job at head coach. And so I don't think really anyone's upset about him being fired. The only thing that really sucks is that Penn State's going to have to pay him an unfathomable amount of money now because of it. So yeah. I just realized I didn't even like fully check the rankings. I was so fixated on seeing Cincinnati get ranked, I didn't even bother to check the actual rest of the rankings. AP top 25. The kick is down. It is going to be a touchback. Indiana is at number 3. Insane. AP top 25. So, Miami is at 2, Indiana 3, Texas A&M is at 4, Miss Felda 5, Bama at 6, Tech at 7, 8, Oregon, UGA 9, LSU 10, BYU, Tennessee, Notre Dame up to 13, Georgia Tech is 12th, USF moves up, Vanderbilt still ranked, Missouri still ranked, Cincinnati at 24, love it. Gotta love it. Dak looks to throw the dump off. It is caught for about an 8.5-yard gain for the Cowboys. We them boys, this our year. Marvin Harrison Jr. is officially out of the game for the Cardinals with a concussion. Joining Kyler Murray, if I'm not mistaken, in that sad situation, though Kyler Murray was because of football hit him in the face. At least that's what I like to say. But yeah. Do you think the soccer stadium in Michigan will be finished in 2028? It should be, because initially it was supposed to be done by 2027, so it would have to be like pushed back by like over a year, which I doubt happens, but you never know stadium construction. First down rush for the Cowboys. They ended up getting about 2 yards to get that first down. But hopefully it ends up getting done. D seems like they are trying to... Yeah, the Panthers defense ain't looking too great right now. Yeah, the Cardinals, like, they really should be winning the division right now. Like, they really should be. And they've just been shooting themselves in the foot, because every matchup they've had has been, like, at the exact right time, and they're just blowing matchups. And it's insane. Like, last week, how do you lose to the Titans? In 2025. Like, come on, man. You lost to a team that quarterback said they were ass. Like, come on. Dak gets the snap, hands it off, cuts to the left, missed the tackle, gets tackled though, still a 1-yard gain for the Dallas Cowboys. Gonna be 2nd and 9. With a little under 12 minutes left in the third quarter. Hopefully the Panthers get to stop here, get the ball back, extend this lead some more. Somehow get to 3-3 would be insane. If we get to 3-3, man, that'd be insane. But yeah. In shotgun right now. Motioning a receiver from the bottom to the top of your screen. But snap, looks to the left, quick throw, Tolbert, and it is going to be out of bounds for a 7-yard gain. I believe it's still Tolbert. I don't think he left the team. If Columbus Aviators win the UFL championship upcoming year, will spark huge hatred. Oh, especially if it's with the Panthers being moved there. The Panthers move there and they win the championship. That would be insane in regards to a potential future rivalry with Michigan and Columbus, for sure. This is the Panthers who rule. 11 minutes left now. 3rd and 1 for the Cowboys. Borderline 4-down territory. If they get like half a yard here and don't get it, they'd go for it. They pitch it back. What the hell? And he's going to lose about half a yard. See, as I've talked about before, man, there is a thing called overthinking. Sometimes a dude playing Madden is smarter than an NFL head coach. Why in God's green earth are you doing a pitch play with your running back being 6 yards behind the line of scrimmage when you need to only gain a yard? That was, by no stretch of the word, an abysmal play call. Legitimately, guys playing Madden are smarter than that. Now they're going to go for it, potentially. Hopefully they learn from their mistakes, or they just don't even go for it, because now they're half a yard farther back than they should be. They are going to just punt the ball. They're just doing this to do this. So, time to punt the ball. Yeah, that's just overthinking it. Like, that's the one thing I hate about NFL coaches a lot of times. Is they completely overthink things and they don't realize that, sometimes you don't need to do this insane play call where you pitch the ball back and then try to do a flea flicker on like a 4th and 1. Like, sometimes you need to just get the first down. That was not them trying to get the first down. That was them essentially screwing themselves. Literally them shooting themselves in the foot. Awful play call by the Cowboys there. Instead of getting a potential first down or gaining half a yard. Because if you do like a halfback dive and you only get half a yard, you're now at 4th and inches and you should go for it and it will be very easy to get. Instead, you are now forced to punt the ball. So, really rough. Punt is up. It is going to be returned, it looks like. Tries to do a spin move, but falls down. So, they're going to get the ball at about the 13-yard line. Not great for the Panthers. Touchdown for Kyron Williams. I needed it to be a passing touchdown. But hey, it is what it is. I'm going to lose in fantasy this week. Unless the Chiefs get pwned, which then I would be ecstatic for. It'd be hilarious. But yeah, we'll see. I hope the UFL still keeps their trademarks to Michigan Panthers so they won't get sued. But I don't know like what happened to the original Roughneck. Of course, penalty on the Panthers going to get the ball back at like probably the 5-yard line. It looks like they are keeping it. I was talking to some people. It looks like they are keeping the Panthers trademarks. That they have like renewed them or are going to keep them. And I believe that what happened with the Gamblers is they actually, speaking of that, from what I understand, what I heard, they actually didn't keep the old logo trademark, which is part of the reason why they're using the new one, if I'm not mistaken. Something like that. But Yeah, they are looking to keep the Panthers logo, especially if Rapola is being genuine what he's saying, which is, if we do get the stadium done by 2028, we'll bring the team back. So, definitely the right call there. Patriots are in the red zone. Apologies. Justin Fields. This vanilla ice cream cone commercial is so bad. Like, I get it, but it's so bad. Google Pixel 10. The Wingstop, blah, blah, blah. Okay, let's go back over here. Let's see what's going on in the Twitter space. Anything new happening? Lad for the lead. Lad Makaki. Man, my fans team is so cooked. Unless that notification just got up for a touchdown from Marjorie Stevenson. No, it was not. Okay. So we're having a laugh. We're just really trying to have a laugh there. It is what it is. Some of these commercials, man, are so bad. But in terms of overall scores, I think we should look at that right now. NFL scores: Pittsburgh is up 9-3 over Cleveland. Chargers now winning 22-16. New Orleans or New England versus New Orleans. Rams are up 16-3 over Baltimore. Wow, they're really pwning them now. Cardinals are beating the Colts 17-14 somehow, and the Seahawks are beating the Jaguars, which I'm honestly not too shocked about. Like, I'm really not, but yeah. Yes, Stafford threw a touchdown pass. We needed that. Now I'm not going to be doing as bad in fantasy. I do like New Gamblers logo, but I feel like they should have kept the Gamblers in the first place instead of rebranding, like you said, Zomb. Yeah, because all it did was piss people off. Because since you kept the Gamblers team and that you changed it to the Roughnecks, you then pissed off both fan bases. It was a really bad decision. And, like, I'm glad they're backtracking on it, but it still doesn't make it any worse of a decision in hindsight. Panthers get the snap. They hand it off. Cut in the middle, and Dowdle gets about like 7 yards on the carry. And he's playing out of his mind. Dowdle is looking so good. Rams so back. I need him to be back, man. I need Stafford to put up some garbage time numbers. Too bad they're winning, so he's going to be running the ball, which is the one thing I've kind of forgot about, that they're going to be running the ball a lot. But if we take the passing touchdown, it gets me some points in fantasy. Because that's going to up my projected total, probably to around 80, I'd hope. No, it does not. Okay, but it still got me some. They hand the ball off, and it's a first down for Dowdle, and he gets about 8 yards in the carry. I mean, man, he is looking so good right now. If you got him in fantasy, man, he is killing it. Let's see, can I actually find out how many points that is? Because he's probably putting up some like stupid amount of points right now. Yeah, Scatterbo had 31 points on Thursday. Holy crap. Dowdle is at 24 points right now. That is insane. I mean, he's literally the second highest scoring running back right now. You think they're trying to get rid of the XFL and US supposed to decide to get rid of the conference, only best 14 to make it? Yeah, they're definitely trying to do that. In a lot of ways, as I've talked with other people about, is that they are trying to seemingly eliminate the 2023 XFL completely. Like, when you look at it, there's no 2023 XFL team left, right? St. Louis Battlehawks, 2020. DC Defenders, 2020. Dallas Renegades, 2020. No more Brahmas. Went to Orlando, didn't bring back the Guardians. In a lot of ways, they're kind of erasing the 2023 XFL. And they're keeping just the USFL and 2020 XFL and the new UFL. But it's definitely seeming like they don't want to be the XFL and USFL. Like, they don't want to just rely on that previous branding and all that. I personally think they should still keep 2 conferences and only have 2 conferences. And when they expand that, it's just added to have like 5-team conferences and 6 teams, whatever. Dowdle runs it again, and it's another first down rush. After the penalty that made it 1st and 5, it is now a 6-yard gain. Huge play for him. So that's what it feels like to me, is that they should have kept conferences, but see in the future. But they're definitely trying to get rid of the XL USL feel, which debatable if that's the right call. I think that's part to try and eliminate all the hatred that still exists between the both two fan bases that, you know, is still around, but not as bad as it used to be. Yeah. 7.5 minutes for the third quarter. Panthers still have the ball and are driving. Well, I would say the Panthers are driving. It's more like Rico Dowdle is driving, but hey, you know, it is what it is. I'm not against it. Ball is snapped, and they fake the handoff, and Bryce gets sacked. Gotta love it. Do a smart play action call, but then don't actually throw the ball and get sacked instead for a loss of like 6 yards. Really rough. Panthers actually might make the playoffs. Okay, let's not get ahead of ourselves there. Let's not try to gaslight ourselves into believing something that really ain't happening. Second and 15 for the Panthers now. Ball is snapped. And it's going to be false start to make it 2nd and 20. Give it up for 2nd and 20. Yes, sir. We love that. 2nd and 20 for the Panthers with 7 minutes left in the third quarter. We'll see what we do here. I wouldn't honestly be against running the ball here, because I could see a 10-yard rush play here, but obviously you kind of need to throw it, but we'll see. We'll see what they end up doing. Well, they're definitely not running it. You're not doing a QB draw here, and you're in 5 wide. 3 receivers in the bottom, 2 on the top of your screen. Bryce is in shotgun. Ball is snapped, looks to the middle of the field, rolls to his left. He needs to just gain yards, and he's going to throw it away. Dude, Bryce, come on, man. Half the chat is gone. Do you think Dating Garcia is upset with not having her Guardians back in Orlando since she lives in Orlando? Well, I mean, they do have a team in Orlando back, so I think it's a good thing. Because, you know, it's like the infamous thing about, you know, we're not here for, you know, something. We're here for years, and then she, you know, team left. But, I mean, they do have a team in Orlando back, and I think that it's pretty obvious that the Orlando Guardians had the most universally despised branding in the league. I think everybody fully agrees the New York Guardians had a much better branding, whether it be the logo, the color scheme, or even where they were. So I think that nobody's really upset about it. And if Danny were to be upset, she'd be going against the overall fan sentiment, which would be bad for her. I think she's probably seen how much people dislike The Rock and doesn't want to be in that same way. I hope they actually go for the first down here. Ball is snapped, looks to the middle of the field. And not really. It's a little dump off. They get to the 30, get to about the 33-yard line. Tommy Tremble. Worst QB in the league currently, Justin Fields is really making a good case for that to be him. I mean, really making a good case. Jake Browning is now not the starter, but he was making a really good case for it. But, I mean, man, Justin Fields, what he did today, what he's done this season, yikes. He's up there. He's up there for the worst. No one in the NFC East, no one in the NFC South, honestly. No one is really that bad in the NFC West right now. And the NFC North, JJ wasn't looking too good, but honestly, he wasn't looking like awful, so no. No one in the NFC even comes close in my book. Oof, muffles the punt, but he's going to get the 20-yard line, gets to 25, and gets tackled at about the 27-yard line. And then AFC-wise, Steelers, no. Browns, Gabriel hasn't been looking horrid. Again, Browning/Flacco is up there. That's one that could be it. Lamar's hurt. Cooper Rush only played 1 game. I'm not going to say a guy playing 1 game is the worst. No. Yeah, it's probably Fields. It's Fields or Flacco right now. Like, not counting guys who are playing for, like, the first time this week, it's one of those two. Like, they have looked so bad this year. And which I hate to say about the eliteness himself, which, I mean, hey, it still is elite, just elite bad. But, you know, it's still Joe Flacco being elite, but yeah. It'd be one of those two. I can't think of any other starting quarterback that is as bad as those two are right now. I really can't. Would be Drake Browning, but not anymore. It's probably Fields and Flacco. Yeah, Lad McConkey finally doing something. I know. That's pretty shocking to see that. Like, we used to pray for times like these. Pierce has done nothing so far. It's such a shame that Pierce has done nothing today. Mac Jones is active. But he could get hurt. Remember, if he gets hurt, you will be seeing Adrian Martinez play. Just remember that. You could see that happening. Russ counts since he played. Hey, he's not starting now, so I'm not going to say, like, oh, he is that guy because he's not starting now, but he was pretty bad. But he at least had that one good game, but yeah. And the Chargers are extending their league even more. Yeah, the Dolphins, man, it ain't looking good for you. The Dolphins are a pretty weak team. They're pretty bad. They're definitely not good. We'll say that. They're not good. They're pretty bad. First and 10 for the Cowboys. After the kickoff, we'll see what they can do here. In shotgun. Ball is snapped. Goes to the left. It is caught. And he gets the first down. That is, I believe, Florida. Yes, it is. I'll take that since he's on my fantasy team. Imagine Joe Flacco signing with the Steelers in the offseason. I wouldn't be shocked. I mean, bro came off the couch for the Browns. Looked so good. But then since then, it hasn't been the same. Tush push ain't going to be banned. I mean, hey, who knows? Maybe if he pisses off enough teams by using it, it could be, but I don't think it's going to be banned. In shotgun. Ball is snapped. Dak looks to the left. Throws. It is caught. Cuts inside. Gets to about the 45-yard line. He has passed Troy Aikman in most career passing yards. He's getting close to Romo. He's going to pass him this year if he doesn't get hurt or play like absolute ass the rest of the year. I mean, he's basically 1,000 yards away, which is literally like 4 games for him if he's playing good. 2nd and 3 now for Dakota Prescott and the Cowboys. 2 receivers up top. Ball is snapped. They hand it off. And the Panthers defense breaks through. It's going to be about a 3-yard loss for the Cowboys. Really good play by the Panthers defense right there. Pushing him back. Gotta love that one. 3rd and 5 now. Yeah, man, Panthers defense is really good. Tested tush push to make it better. How to stop it. I don't know, man. The tush push. Hey, I'm pretty sure the analytics still don't say that it actually hurts players. And at the end of the day, it is the officiating issue. It's if you can't see the officiating in the false start, then I could see a reason to ban it. But unless it's that argument, I don't think you can really do it. Dak throws it. It's a deep throw. This could be intercepted, could be incomplete, could be something. It's going to be DPI. That was a pretty clear push off. That's DPI. Again, the Panthers DBs doing their best to put the team on their backs in losing. So not super shocking. It's annoying, but not shocking. It is what it is. Just terrible play calling or terrible play by the Panthers defense right there. Because they better not call it passing or roughing the passer, because if that is, that's weak as hell. Like, dude, roughing the passer, like, stop it, bro. Like, legitimately, unless the dude is literally, like, headshotting him, like, dude, barely smacking his helmet when trying to hit the ball is insane. He literally brushed the top of his head like this. He gave him, like, the Brett Favre limp clap, except on his head. That's roughing the passer. Like, dude, weak as hell call. It is just roughing the passer and taunting. It's just, oh my god, it's a joke. It is a joke. It is a joke. But you know what? It is what it is. Ravens fumble, bruh. That's wild. 1st and 10 for the Cowboys. And the ball's batted down. Should have been roughing the passer. Just shouldn't have been. Like, roughing the passer is such an awful, awful like rule in the NFL because of how it's officiated. Like it's like saying you just can't touch the quarterback at all. Like, dude, you should be able to like full blown spear him as long as you're not aiming with your head. Like, unless it's like incredibly late or something. Like, dude, it's so stupid. But whatever. Ball is snapped. Dak throws it to the right. It is going to be caught, and it's going to be about an 8.5-yard gain right there. Pretty solid gain for them. Another fantasy news thingy. Dak Prescott seems to be calling some sort of audible here. 3rd and 2. Four seconds left in the play clock. Ball is snapped. Looks to the right. Throws it quick, and it is wide open. George Pickens, and he just burns the entire defense for a touchdown. Cowboys lead 23-20. Absolutely insane. Literally no coverage whatsoever. Didn't even try at all. That is insane. That is absolutely insane. Absolutely diabolical, really is. But hey, it is what it is. Eagles corners are jealous. Dude, this DB room for the Panthers is so bad. The kick is up, it is good. It's just so awful. Like, when you watch this Panthers defense, it's what I've been saying for a bit now. It's just, it is so abysmal to watch. Like, they're so bad. And yet they've been, like, doing almost nothing in terms of actually drafting and all that. Let's see. Is fantasy looking... At least, could fantasy be doing better for me? I'm currently playing my whole damn roster, so whatever I end up with is basically what I have, so not looking good. Pierce still is literally nothing. The Saints defense is not looking too good. Gainwell is eh. Ramondre Stevenson is literally worthless. Even though they're winning, meaning he should be running the ball more, he ain't, so that ain't good, but, you know, it is what it is. Is what it is, though. Put that down there. As for other scores, we still have... I don't know how the Cardinals are still in that game, honestly. It's 17-17. That's not good for them. The Rams are up 17-3. The Seahawks are up 26. The Chargers are up 23-13. Steelers up 16-3. Patriots up 25-16. Even the 4 o'clock window is pretty bad. I mean, I'm pretty sure I remember hearing that this whole weekend was really rough. Like, the Lions-Chiefs might be a good game. 49ers-Buccaneers honestly should be. But, like, Titans-Raiders... you know, Titans Raiders. So it's just gonna be a game. It's not gonna be a good game. It's gonna be a game. Ramondre Stevenson is averaging 1.9 yards a carry. Dude, what the hell? Unbelievable. Anything new on the trending space or all that? Not really. Either is though. Do. Dak and the Cowboys against the Commanders, America's game of the week. That actually seems like a pretty good one. That should be like a good game. But we'll see. Dak Prescott just talking, okay. 24-20. Cowboys kicking off to the Panthers with 2.5 minutes left in the 3rd quarter. It is going to be a touchback for the Panthers. Cardinals touchdown, my gosh. I still can't believe the Panthers beat the Falcons 30-0. That is still insane. I mean, it really is insane. That literally has just inflated our point differential to such an absurd degree. It's insane. Well, how will we get a score here? We need to score here or else we're kind of cooked with how the Cowboys offense is playing. Like I said earlier in the game, this is going to be a shootout. We need to put some points on the board, so let's see what to do. In under center, one receiver at the far bottom of your screen. We have Rico Dowdle in the backfield. Probably going to hand it off to him or do some sort of pitch here. I wouldn't be against that. They do hand it off. He gets in the middle. He breaks through the first line. Gets about 7 yards on the carry. Maybe they give him 7.5. Really solid player right there. Love to see that. And he has been the best player on the field for either team by a wide margin. Like, it's crazy how much better he's been than everybody else in the game. Which, I mean, we're not against that. We'll take that, but yeah. They're 2nd and 3 now. 2 minutes left, a little over 2 minutes left in the game for the Panthers. As Texans help both the Jaguars and the Colts lose, so either way, better off my team to act together, but I'm happy the division is being competitive. Yeah, I mean, the AFC South has been so bad for so many years, and it's always been like, it's basically just been the Texans division, all things considered. Like, you'll have 1 year the Jags here and there, but it's been so bad for so long. The fact that 3 of their teams now, as long as the Texans really are back to being the Texans, potentially 3 of the teams are actually competent to good is really wild. But the Jags getting kind of beat by the Seahawks the way it is kind of showing that maybe the Jags really aren't as good as people thought they were. And maybe it's showing that the overall sentiment or overall landscape has changed where the NFC is better than the AFC. Because historically it's been the other way around. But, like, the NFC this year so far has arguably been looking better. Because, like, with the Giants of the AFC really all falling off. And the only team that's really been, like, looking good being the Patriots and maybe the Steelers. Because, I mean, the Colts lose to the Cardinals. Yikes. You know what I mean? So, we'll see. First former Cowboy to rush for 100 yards against Dallas. That's wild. That's actually wild. It's never happened before. 2nd and 3. Ball is snapped. They hand it off in the motion. It's a first down. Goes out of bounds. About a 7-8 yard gain right there for Jimmy Horton Jr. Solid play for the Panthers there. Under 2 minutes left in the third quarter now. And the Panthers' ground attack has been looking really solid in this game, all things considered. Even when they're doing these, like, other motion plays, it's looking pretty good, but yeah. Ravens, Rams absolutely sucking right now. Gotta love that. That I'm pretty sure is the one that most people around the country are getting right now, I would imagine. But, yeah. Ball is snapped. They hand it off to Dowdle. Delayed handoff, and it works because it gets about a 7.5 yard gain, maybe an 8 yard gain. Again, just really wild what they're seeing right now. Absolutely crazy. Gonna have probably just 2 more plays in this quarter, maybe 1. It depends exactly what the Panthers want to do here, but yeah. I feel like both the AFC North and NFC North teams, almost the whole team made in the playoffs in 2023, and the AFC North in 2024 in the NFC North. I think the AFC North did have 1 year where 3 teams did it. Handed off, and it's a first down for Dowdle. Not shocking. The NFC North man is definitely not as good as it was before. It just, like, I don't think the Packers are as good as people say they are. And then obviously the Vikings are looking a little bit worse than last year. Lions still look good, but the Bears are yikes. Dylan Gabriel absolutely getting screwed by his own team. Why am I not shocked to hear that? Look at that rushing yard difference. Panthers have 124 more rushing yards than the Cowboys do. That's insane. That's pretty much all because of Dowdle. Ball is snapped, and they hand it off to Dowdle again. He cuts to the right, and he gets another 8 yard gain. I mean, this is actually insane just how much they're gaining right now. It really is wild. Absolutely insane. NFL, looking at the scores overall. Cardinals up. And the Cardinals have the ball again. Daniel Jones is just not looking too good. Still no Pierce reception, which is bad. And then the Ravens-Rams is, yeah, obviously not looking good at all. Yes, I mean, the Jaguars are getting pwned right now. I mean, Trevor Lawrence isn't even playing horrid, it looks like, statistically. The ground game. I see. The ground game is horrid. Okay. Yeah, I gotta see why it's not a close game. If your ground attack is that bad and you have, like, 30 yards on, like, a team near the carries, I can see it. Most Steelers history, Panthers will probably lose, but wow, Cowboys letting them hang around. Yeah, I don't know. Like, the 1 p.m. window today is definitely not great, but... Trending. James Franklin is still number 2 on trending. Love it. Colts, number 5. Cooper Rush is still up there. Matt Rule's going up. What is Matt Rule doing? That's top 10 teams. Oh, wow, because people actually think Matt Rule could go to Penn State. Dude, that'd be hilariously terrible. If they hired Matt Rule, that'd actually be hilarious. One of my friends said that the Continental Football League will be a competition to UFL. Wish they won't. Need that ready. I mean, I don't know. A lot of these other football leagues that I'm hearing about, I don't think are really going to do insane. Like, the IFA was a great example. Like, the IFA was supposed to do something, and then I don't even think it ever played it down. Continental Football League, I don't think I've even really heard of it. Like, this is, I think, the 3rd time I've heard of it, so it ain't going to be competition to the UFL. So I agree with that. I agree with that it won't be. And be ready in a year. I mean, it can be. I mean, the USFL got announced and then played within, like, 7 months. So it definitely can be done. It's just not the best decision all the time. Second and 3, 4th quarter. Let's see what the Panthers do here. They hand it off to Dowdle. He's got one man in front of him blocking, and he doesn't use him, and he ends up getting to the 15-yard line. Gets to about the 14-yard line. Great play right there for the Panthers. Massive one right there. Rams going for it in 4th and goal up at the 17-3 and didn't make it for... Damn. Needed another touchdown by Stafford. Panthers should get a touchdown here. This really is 4-down territory. Unless you're at, like, 4th and I'd say, like, 5. I think you pretty much have to go for it here. You really need to get that lead because you do not want to make it a field goal game where then they end up getting a touchdown or kick a field goal and keep it you know what I mean? Like, you got to get something. Hand it off again. It's about a 4.5-yard gain, so not bad. Gonna go crazy. 2 coaches going for the win. That would be a pretty wild one. And Merriam Blaze not some of the rebellion in Chihuahua. Of course, the owners are bashing me and saying, I don't know what I'm talking about. Rebellion of Chihuahua. So we just saying things. I ain't never heard of that. Oh, the Chihuahua Rebellion. I see. The Chihuahua Rebellion. That's a wild name. But yeah, the IFA, that thing ain't ever happening. And I don't think the Continental Football League is going to happen either. Or if it does, it ain't going to be anything. I mean, like, the Spring League existed, and I don't think people really talked about that one at all. 3rd and 3 for Carolina. They got 13 minutes left in the 4th quarter. Again, like I said, and Dallas using a timeout there is really good for the Panthers. That's a really good sign right there. But if you're the Panthers, you need a touchdown here. Kicking a field goal, you're still losing by 1. And then Dallas, they have a kicker that can kick from 60-plus yards really easily. So if they get in the field goal range, you kick a field goal, you're still down by 4. You want a touchdown here because then if they do get the field goal, it's a tie game, and then you can potentially just eat up a ton of clock, especially with Dallas using a timeout already that eliminates one later in the game. You can have a long drive, especially if you're able to make Dallas take a while, and like if they kick like a 40-ish yard field goal and they have to drive, like 60 yard down field to get it, it can be really good for you, so yeah. 3rd and 3 for the Panthers. Dowdle on the sideline. Not a fan of that on this play call. Unless you run it. Honestly, I'd run it. I think that if you're going to keep him on the sideline, you got to run in here because they're probably expecting you to throw it here. So I would just straight up run it down their throat. Because worst case scenario, you gain like 2 yards. You're at 4th and 1. You can go for it. And then with Dowdle, and it'll just be a free play action pass or halfback dive. We'll see. I'd run in here. Let's see what they do. Ball is snapped. And they do run it. And they get the first down. That was a good play call by Canales right there. You just took out your bell cow running back in the game. They're probably expecting you to do some sort of jet play, especially doing that jet sweep motion. Really solid decision. Good play design. Good call right there. First down for the Panthers. 1st and goal. And I believe it's like the 3-yard line, so should be free. Oh, that one. Yep, it's actually about the 2-yard line, so we'll see. I'm going to try... You go to a UFL game if C.J. Johnson is not the head coach and if the team is good. Should start the training camp early. I do hope they start a bit earlier than last year. They throw the ball, and it is caught for the touchdown. Was that McMillan again? Tet McMillan gets his 2nd touchdown of the day. It is 26-24 now. Josh Downs scored. Bro, that should be Alec Pierce scored. Or Alec Pierce, but yeah. I do hope they do training camp a bit earlier than last year, or at least make it longer, but we'll see. Will be interesting, but yeah. But yeah, I mean, I haven't gone to a game since the 2024 championship game, so it's been a minute for me. But hopefully I can go to a game this upcoming year. Hopefully the championship game is not in St. Louis again, but we'll see. Pierce did get a reception. Yay. Literally got 3.6 points for 1 reception. Kick is up, and it is good. It is 27-24. Carolina has the lead with about 12 minutes left. Game was up to 8.3 points. Need these totals go up more. Zach Charbonnet has done virtually nothing, and the Indianapolis needs to score some more points. If that happens, I do have a legit shot, but we'll see. But we will see. ESPN notification, red zone alert, red zone alerts, but my player's not scoring. Gotta love it. I love when I have it and they're not scoring. It's my favorite thing in the world. You know what I mean? How do I do it? Click that, click that. We'll take it. Touchdown Jacksonville. They finally scored. Like a touchdown. That's really good for them. NFL. I mean, they still got time to pull it off. They've got like 13 minutes left. It's not like it's impossible. Granted, their ground game is still horrid. I mean, ETN is averaging 2.1 yards a carry, so that's not good. But, hey, they got a chance. Tim Patrick and BTJ scored. Not bad. Overall trending. James Franklin is number 1 on trending. He has overtaken it. Love to see it. Not shocked in the slightest. Dowdle yards. He be here tearing up. Oh, he has been insane. I mean, Dowdle has like some insane total right now. Cowboys. I don't know why I don't still this up. Dowdle right now is at 155 rushing yards and 56 receiving yards. So he has pulled it off where he has pulled off back-to-back games of 200-plus overall yards. Yeah, I saw that. Snoop Huntley is in now. UFL Championship to be Choctaw. Nothing against St. Louis on the location. I don't want it in Choctaw just because especially it'd be pretty weird to go back to Choctaw after you move the team to Toyota. I kind of want it in Louisville or Columbus. Well, really, I want it at Audi Field. It's the place it should have been last year. I want it there. But aside from that, I would say that Louisville because it's the easiest to fill because you only sit 11,000 and even with standings 15K, so it's really easy to get a good number for that. And Columbus, it's a really solid stadium. It's near Canton. It's probably the best overall location-wise, but we'll see. I don't know. Bryce is at 174 right now. He has 3 TDs, 1 interception, which, as you all know, the interception was not on him in the slightest. Cowboys return the ball. It is up to the 30-yard line. He gets tackled at about the 31-yard line. I mean, Dowdle is averaging 6.5 yards a carry right now. He's got the 200 overall yards. Insane. Leggett only has 2 receptions for 11 yards. I wouldn't be shocked. I haven't seen his name in a bit. But I don't know. Yeah, good old 174. I mean, hey, to be fair, though, to be fair to Bryce, they really don't need to be passing. If Dowdle's getting you literally 7 yards a carry, which he almost is, you really shouldn't be throwing it that much. And he technically is having an incredible... Like, objectively, Bryce is having an incredible game. He is averaging basically 75% completion percentage right now. He's averaging over 10 yards a completion, which is a stat I love. He's got 3 TDs, basically 0 interceptions since that was fully on Tet. So he's actually looking pretty good. He doesn't have the yards, but it's like, he really shouldn't be passing. Mainly because Dowdle is just insane. I mean, my God, Dowdle is like going out of his mind. Bro's going to be out of the league in 2 years because his body's going to die. It's going to disintegrate from all these rushes. Dakota throws. It's a bad throw, incomplete. 3rd and 5. This is the big 3rd down. If the Panthers can get a stop here and get the ball back, they could really end this game here. They better get some head coaches that are going to stay in the whole season, not leave during the middle of the season like having the showboats. I really do wonder if John Gruden is going to coach. Obviously, it's basically like Nolan back are guaranteed to be back, and Shannon probably, and it's a matter of does Skip come back again. CJ, hopefully he's gone, but we'll see. I hope Peyton Pardee gets announced as the head coach for the Gamblers, but we'll see. Never know. Prescott throws, or Tom Cable. And it's caught. The Panthers did not stop it, and he's still on his feet. No way. Pickens is going for the end zone, unless he does a stiff arm. Okay, he gets pushed out of bounds, but still an unfathomably large gain on a play that really shouldn't have been anything. That was a terrible, terrible play by the Panthers defense. Once again, like they're playing prevent defense. Pickens, ooh. I really could have face mask, honestly. But, you know, with what they called DPI earlier in the game, that could have been face mask. But, you know, it is what it is. But, yeah, 1st and 10 for the Cowboys. 11.5 minutes left. Dak is under center. He's got his fullback to his left, running back behind him. Hands it off to the running back, who gets tackled for about a 2.5-yard gain. Again, running backs for running backs. The Cowboys are getting pwned by the Panthers. But the Cowboys are able to rely on some high-end receiving talent, mainly George Pickens, to kind of get some bailed out and all that. But, yeah. They're just showing it. Pickens is up to 168 yards and 9 receptions. He's doing really good right now for him. Allen Robinson, he's having a good game. Dude, I haven't heard that name in a minute. 2nd and 8 for the Cowboys. Let's see if the Panthers can get a good stop here and make it a long 3rd down. 2 seconds on the play clock. Ball is snapped. Fake the handoff. Dak rolls to his right. He throws it to the end zone. It is incomplete. That was a really solid throw by Dak, honestly. It just wasn't able to get a touchdown. That was a very good throw. Throw it to where either only Shoemaker catches it or nobody catches it. That was a good throw by Dak, even though it was an incomplete pass. Like, yes, could he have technically made it a bit closer? Yes. But at the end of the day, I would rather see a throw be a bit overthrown like that than underthrown. Solid throw by Dak. Could have been a bit better, but let's not... I mean, it was a good effort by Shoemaker. It wasn't a good enough throw to where it's like, man, Shoemaker should have caught it, but it wasn't a bad throw by Dak. It was a smart throw. Can't be too upset about that if you're a Cowboys fan. Remember, they are in easy field goal range, so worst case scenario, they will tie this game unless they do something really stupid and go for it on 4th down at 3rd and like 4th and 8 or something like that. Let's see. 3rd and 8. Ball is snapped. Dak looks to the middle of the field, looks to his left, throws, and it is a wide open Ferguson catch right there. I mean, seriously, that's like the 2nd time Ferguson has been completely uncovered near a 1st down. Really insane. The DB just got cooked there. I mean, the DB, his ankles literally got shattered right there. I mean, he completely fell back. I mean, that was an awful look for any sort of DB right there. Really terrible look for him. Great 1st down for the Cowboys, though. They're at 1st and goal now. 10.5 minutes, a little under 10.5 minutes left for the Cowboys. First and goal, they are at the 8-yard line. One man behind Dak in the backfield. Ball is snapped, and he fumbled the snap. It's down. It might be Panthers' ball. It looks like the Panthers may have gotten it. I don't know for sure, though. It's either Dak or the big D lineman. That was a good play. If Dak getting that was a really good play. 94 was right on that one, and Dak was able to get it off. That's a great play by Dak. But let's see the snap. It looks like Dak kind of just fumbled that one. Insane that Dak was able to get that back. Insane. It's still good for the Panthers, though. It's a big, big loss for the Cowboys on that first down. Not like a big loss of yards, but it's a big loss in the fact that they were already at 1st and 8, and they could have easily gained yards, so they ended up losing a yard. So it's 2nd and goal at the 9-yard line. Panthers showing blitz. They are blitzing. And it is an overthrown pass to Pickens, incomplete. 3rd and goal at the 9-yard line. Really risky blitz by the Panthers, and Pickens did beat his man, but that was on Dak. That was a bit of an overthrow there. Unless Pickens may have gotten slowed down by something, it looked like Dak just overthrew him. And that was like a legit overthrow, not like a overthrow, but a good overthrow. If you're with me. Hey, John Gruden to Orlando, let's make it happen. He said, Rapol said he wants a guy that has ties to Florida, bro. Won a Super Bowl in Florida. Why not? 3rd and goal at the 9-yard line. This should be a relatively easy stop for the Panthers, but knowing the Panthers, they're going to somehow allow like a 9-yard rush. Ball is snapped. Dak looks to the left. He throws it. It is a bad underthrow. Incomplete pass. They're going to be forced to kick a field goal here. 4th and goal. Great goal line stop, or just great end zone stop by the Panthers right there. Really solid plays. Got lucky with this with the fumble snap, and then just made a couple of nice plays. Going to force them to kick this field goal. Panthers, if they're able to get a touchdown this next drive, they can legitimately win this game. Again, Dak, it's another underthrow right there. Underthrow that one by about like a solid 1.5 foot, really. Maybe even 2 feet. Time for Brandon Aubrey to kick this ball. Oh, they're showing a graphic. That's not good. It doesn't matter. He kicks it, and it is good. It is 27-all. Tie game. How about that? Man, my projected total keeps going down. To reminder, Stevenson is so ass, bro. I got to get him benched. Juwan Johnson did nothing today. That's insane. Bro's been so consistent for the rest of the game, but hey, here's what it is. I gotta hope the Chiefs suck today. Any new things come out? Shane gets another touchdown. DK gets a touchdown. T-Mac, blah, blah. What a game in London. Oh, that was a while ago. Tyler Huntley. Come on. Lamar Jaron. Is what it is. Panthers, man, they need to do something good on offense here. They need to have another solid drive. But hopefully they do, because they really do. But we'll see. Because I don't like this. I don't like when this team gives me hope. Because usually it goes badly, right? It usually goes badly when the Panthers give us hope. But last week they ended up getting the W that nobody really saw happening. You know, they were down like 17-0 and ended up winning by 3. So, never say never. But, hey, because a loss here, not good for them. Fall to 2-4. And it just kills your playoff hopes and all things considered. If you win this one, you're somehow still in the playoff race. Would be wild. For the Gamblers, I said that won't happen because of his health, and we don't know what he wants to coach. I feel like he definitely wants to coach, but I do agree. It feels like he wants to coach, but it's the health issue. I wouldn't bring him back as head coach because it doesn't benefit the league to have a coach that has a very high likelihood of not making it through the season because of health issues like we saw with Wisenhunt and him last year. If you are going to if you're going to bring somebody outside, you bring in Pardee. He has relation to the original Gamblers head coach, Jack Pardee. So it makes sense for that. That would be a better call. But yeah. If you're talking about like the Tupac, then yes, I know of him. I have not listened to like any song by him, but yes, I do know Tupac. See new post. Okay. Just Lucas Harvishak. Because we got another UFL kicker playing. Got, former kicker from the Renegades playing, so that's pretty cool. We got another one. I think we'll gladly take that one. Go over here. Return is up to the 15, the 20, going to the middle. He tries to spin, and he ends up losing a couple of yards. Not a great play right there. Not a great one, but we'll see. Go back over here. My guess is probably AI, but I don't know because I have no idea when Mr. Rogers' neighborhood was going on. But yeah, we want more Dowdle. Yes, we do. Panthers competent. Don't say that yet. Ooh, nice. Dowdle was able to break a tackle. Ended up gaining 3 yards. Not a longest rush ever, but easily could have lost a yard. Instead, just kept running forward, gained 3 yards. 2nd and 7. We got 9 minutes left. Best case scenario, the Panthers eat up at least 5 minutes of clock, cut this down to about 4 minutes, maybe even 3 minutes, and score a touchdown. That's the best case scenario because you want to make it to where Dallas has to go, somewhat quick to score a touchdown and to where you might be able to have time left. I don't want to see them take up like 6.5 minutes and then Dallas scores a touchdown and forces OT because gets scary. Bryce throws this down. Pre-snap penalty against Carolina. If it's pre-snap penalty, then it would have been called beforehand. That's pretty bad if that is the case. It should be against Dallas. If it's a pre-snap penalty, it shouldn't be, but whatever. Illegal formation. They're supposed to blow that dead, but they didn't. So, yeah. They declined the penalty again. Like I said, I think that is the right call. You force them to 3rd down, decline it. Good call by Schottenheimer. 3rd and 7 now for the Panthers. You need to get this 1st down. If you don't, man, it's scary, but yeah. Mike Jackson trips on a banana and 3rd string guy's not terrible. So let's see what the Panthers do here at 3rd and 7. Hunter Renfrow coming in. Sounds crazy. I wouldn't be against handing the ball off to Dowdle here. Carolina's calling a timeout here. Man, what a not a good decision. With how much time is left in the game, you really shouldn't have called a timeout there. You need all those timeouts, and so not a fan of using the timeout there. I would have just legitimately done just a run with Dowdle. I think that he's playing to a point where this is literally what he's averaging is like 7 yards a carry, and there is a very, very real shot that he could actually get this one. Will Pierce get another reception? I know he has the 1 reception, but I need him to get another reception. I would love another Alec Pierce reception. Yes, he did. Yes, he's hit his average. Love to see that. Honestly, Rattler's looking okay. I don't think he's insane, but it's hard to judge because that roster is so bad. Like, that Saints roster is abysmal. So it's like, I think he is actually pretty okay. I just don't know if he's, like, good or just okay. False start. Like, dude. Number one, you shouldn't have ever called a timeout in the first place. And then after a timeout, you nearly got a delay of game penalty. But before you could take the delay of game penalty, you got a false start. Absolutely abysmal. Now you can't run it with Dowdle. Now you probably got to change your play call. And it was on Dowdle, which it sucks to see. But like I said, it's just terrible. 3rd and 12. Need to get this 1st down. Yeah, 17 is as Leggett. In shotgun. Ball is snapped. Looks in the middle of the field. Throws it to the left. And he... Dude, Bryce. What in the hell? Bryce overthrows the check down. I don't know how he pulled that off, but he did. Gonna have to punt the ball with 8.5 minutes left. Or make it in the wild card. Honestly, I don't want to say the Chiefs are going to miss the playoffs. I think the Ravens are going to miss the playoffs. But the Chiefs... I think they still probably will. The Chargers are kind of falling off. Like, the injuries are getting too much for them. Like, losing multiple of your big linemen, losing Amarian, like, they're losing too many people. And I don't think the Broncos are really good enough to win that division. I think the Chiefs somehow win the division at, like, 10-7, honestly. I think that they still make the playoffs. But the Ravens, I think they're going to miss. The Ravens just, like, legitimately look awful. Because, like, their defense will give up 40, and then they'll play good when their offense puts up 10. Cowboys are returning the ball. They get to the 45-yard line. You got to hold them to a field goal. You got to hold them to a field goal here. You let them score a touchdown, it just puts too much right there on you, so we'll see. So let me go see what is Pierce's stat line now that he's got the 2 receptions. Pierce has 2 receptions at 48 yards. Literally, dude had 0 yards for almost the whole game and is now the second leading receiver on the team. Like, that's what I mean with Alec Pierce. Bro does not know what, like, a 5-yard reception is. He's, like, never heard of that. That's, like, foreign to him. And it is hilarious. Man, I just saw that play. Man, he almost got a touchdown. Come on. Three new posts, 5 one-possession game. Now, that's insane. Apparently, this New England game is, like, being horrifically officiated right now, it looks like. That's what I'm seeing everybody talking about, is that it is, like, unfathomably bad how it's being officiated. Dowdle is number 7 on trending right now. He's got 2 of the 3 200-yard scrimmage games. That's insane. True, I'm watching Rico Dow. Okay. Pierce, Alec Pierce, the guy on the jersey right there. I don't know if you can see it. No, I don't think you. The guy on the jersey. We love that guy. Cincinnati, baby. We love the Bearcats. Eagles getting washed. I don't think the Eagles are going to make the Super Bowl. I don't see this Eagles team, like, going to Tampa, and yes, I'm saying going to Tampa Bay and beating them in the playoffs. I don't see them going to Washington or Dallas and beating them. Not Dallas, but probably Washington and beating them in the playoffs. Like, I just don't see it. It's like, I don't know, man. I think everybody's starting to realize that while they were a Super Bowl team, for a Super Bowl winning team in recent years, they've definitely had the weakest head coach quarterback combo. And Hurts is a good quarterback, but he is not elite. He's just good. And Sirianni is not a good head coach. And I think people are realizing that it's like the roster was just so good. I mean, that defense was insane. And I mean, you had this great receiving core and running back, which you still do. But now that they're, complaining because they got their ring and now you have, like, A.J. Brown wanting targets, it's like, dude, you're winning, but now you're trying to play for stats and that's losing you games. Bad play call by the Cowboys. They get a reception, but it's going to be about a 4-yard loss for the Cowboys. Really good for the Panthers there. Under 8 minutes left now in the game. Are good this year. The question is, one of them beat the Chiefs twice. If one of them beat Chargers, already beat them in week 1. Biggest issue is for Chargers is the war of attrition. The Chargers are not as good as they were 3 weeks ago. Because you now are down your 2 best linemen. You're down Amarian. You lose a lot of good. You lost a lot of great players. Your defense has been hurt with, like, Khalil Mack. Throw another dump off and they lose even more yards. I don't know what Dak is thinking. He just threw a check down. They just lost like 7 yards on the play. 27 all still. 7.5 minutes left. Going to be down to 7. This is going to be like 3rd and 22. You be pretty good takes for being young. I know Eagle big. It's just the Eagles. It's like, because I've watched a lot of games where Sirianni has really almost cost him games with his coaching decisions. And it's like sometimes you need to just try to win the game. And it's the one thing I hate about Devo receivers is like, dude, if you're winning and you're complaining about targets, you are not actually helping the team win the game. You know what I mean? Because then when you are getting targets and you're losing or almost losing, it's terrible. They're going to call that a catch, but even that's only a 4-yard gain. Panthers are going to get the ball back. And the Panthers could, in theory, eat up the rest of this clock. There's only about 6.5 minutes left. Panthers could win the game on this drive. We'll see. Week suddenly got good. Hey, it's almost always the matchups people say, oh, this is going to be such a bad matchup. They almost always end up being the ones that are good. The rare thing is like this one. This was predictably going to be the best game of this 1 p.m. slate, and it actually has lived up to the hype. I would agree. I was a Kellen Moore hater, but honestly, like I said with Rattler, I mean, that roster is pitiful, and the fact that they're even, like, competitive in games is pretty impressive. Fair catch, the Panthers are going to start the ball at about the 14-yard line. They could easily eat up the rest of this clock. Could the Bills win the Super Bowl today, or the Bills? I think the national game is the Ravens-Rams for the 1 p.m. slot, I believe. I wouldn't be super shocked this one, but I think it's that one because I can say that because I'm pretty sure trending-wise, Cooper Rush, Stafford, and them have been trending more than, like, Panthers and all that, so I would imagine that's the case. Garrett Wilson seems angry with his team. Of course he does, bro. The team sucks. I mean, seriously. Could we, the Panthers, win the Super Bowl? Oh, no. If we were playing the Titans, I'd say yes. Or the Cowboys, obviously, I'd say yes. But nah, this Panthers team, man. Dude, if we actually make the playoffs, I'd be stunned. I mean, it's not like it's impossible with how it's looking. It's just, well, let me think about that. If you take the 3 wild cards, we're not winning the division. 3 wild cards will probably end up being the Falcons, maybe the Vikings, or Packers. No, we're probably not going to make the playoffs. We're probably going to finish, like, in the NFC, probably, like, 9th. My guess is what I'd say. I have not seen the new CBS scoreboard. I haven't even checked the other one, but I don't know. You bring Gilmore back. Classic one. Remember me here for a bit. Because the only issue, even though I know we beat them, it felt like a wild one. I don't think we're really going to beat the Falcons on the overall record. And at the end of the day, the Rams and the Niners are both probably going to make the playoffs. And, I mean, if the Cardinals beat the Colts today, they probably will make the playoff. They could as well, just because of, like, how wonky that team is. I don't know. It'll be interesting. It'll be interesting for sure. Jonathan Taylor, touchdown. The Colts are winning. Love to see it. Do Bills need to play the Steelers? Do the Bills need to play starters? Oh, I mean, yeah. I mean, the Bills just lost to the Patriots last week. And, I mean, the Patriots are good, but I don't think the Patriots are that much better than the Falcons. And the Bills played the starters, and the Patriots kind of, not convincingly, but kind of convincingly beat the Bills last week. So I would say yes. But I know it depends what Falcons team you get, because the Falcons are literally either like the Falcons, unironically, the Bills backups could beat the Falcons like 30% of the time, because this Falcons team is either like a top 5 NFC team or they're just straight ass. It's wild. Yeah, this game has been a really wild one. I mean, there's been like, it's crazy the fact the Panthers are still in this game because they made so many big mistakes earlier in the game. But the defense has come up big when it needed to, and even though Pickens has been dominating the Panthers cornerbacks, the Panthers DBs have looked awful today. But mainly Rico Dowdle has just been incredible, and even Young has been really solid because Dowdle's one interception. I mean, Bryce's interception was fully on McMillan, so he has been playing almost a perfect game, and Dowdle has been just otherworldly. 5 wide, ball snapped at 2nd and 8. Bryce throws it. Bryce was playing almost perfect. Not anymore. That was an awful throw. 3rd and 8 for the Panthers. They need to get the first down here. Because like I said, now the Cowboys could do it, so we'll see. Dolphins in the red zone. No way they pull it off. No way they pull an anti last week. That'd be hilarious. Third and 8 for the Panthers. Can they do something? It could be an overtime game. I wouldn't be super shocked at it. I really wouldn't. 3rd and 8 for the Panthers. They're in shotgun. Cowboys are showing blitz. Ball is snapped. They do sort of blitz. Bryce steps up in the pocket, throws. Incomplete pass. And it looks like it's going to be defensive pass interference against Elam on Leggett, which will be a first down for the Panthers. And then allow them to eat up more clock, because again, the Panthers could win the game on this drive. Yep, defensive pass interference. And again, because the Cowboys already wasted one of their timeouts, and it was wasted, they didn't need to use it because they wasted their timeout earlier. Then they've got 2 timeouts left. Technically 3 with a 2-minute warning. The Panthers should be trying to eat up as much clock as possible. Keep using Dowdle. He's been playing well. Do some play-action plays and all that. Have it work. First and 10 for the Panthers at the 29-yard line. They hand it off to Dowdle, who gets about 8 yards on the carry. Once again, just playing out of his mind. Going to take the clock down to about 4 minutes, 40 seconds, 4 minutes, 35 seconds, and all that. So, yeah. First undrafted player since 1970 with back-to-back 200-plus yard scrimmage games. Gotta love it. And it took him a while to find that stat because he's been over 100 scrimmage yards for a while. It's a matter of is he going to have back-to-back 200-yard rushing games. Because he is about to. He could on this drive, I'm pretty sure. 2nd and 3 for the Panthers. Motioning receiver. Do some pitch play nonsense. And it's about a 2-yard gain. Going to be 3rd and 1. I got a feeling the Panthers might throw the ball here. I would just run it. You have Dowdle. Do not do the stupid over-commitment random play. Just do the basic play. Just kind of run it up forward. It's 1 yard. If you can't get 1 yard, there's a serious issue. We'll see what they do. Down to 4 minutes and 4 minutes, 10 seconds left. 3rd and 1. The whole offense is bunched up together. Ball snap. They fake the handoff. Bryce rolls out to his left. Throws a dump off. It's a first down. Gets to the 45. Gets to the 50. Tries to hurdle. Goes out of bounds. Nice. And the Chargers lose to the Dolphins, especially after blowing that lead. That'll be hilarious, and it will just show how banged up that team is. That team is just dealing with so many injuries, it's insane. And that's, it shows that what the NFL is in football and a lot of sports. It's a war of attrition. Because, that team, they lost Slater before the season even started. Then Alt got hurt. Amarian got hurt. Khalil Mack got hurt, and just getting worse and worse and worse. But you know what? It is the Dolphins. They should be able to win anyway, but we'll see. 4 minutes left exactly for the Panthers. They're in shotgun. Ball is snapped. They hand it off to Dowdle, who gets about 4 yards on the carry. Solid play for Rico. Going to be able to eat more of this clock out. Another 30-plus seconds. Going to take this down to under 3.5 minutes left. Panthers should be able to win the game on this drive if they get at least 1 more first down. Well, they technically need 2 to get the guaranteed win, but you know what I mean. And they can't do it like back-to-back plays. 28 yards away from 200 rushing yards. And he's only 22 yards away from 250 scrimmage yards. Absolutely insane. Yeah, Chuba Hubbard is not a happy man right now. His ass is getting sat on that bench when he comes back, if Dowdle keeps this up. They hand it off again, and Dowdle is able to get about 2.5 yards on the carry. Not insane, but still gained a couple of yards. Going to make this about 3rd and 4. Give you some options of what you want to do here. I can't wait to listen to Cowboy Fan Cope. It's going to be what we've been hearing. It's going to be, man, our offense is so good, and man, our defense is so ass, because the Cowboys' defense has been looking so bad this year. 3rd and 3. They might have given him a pretty decent spot right there. Let's see. They're going to do another play action. They're going to hand it off again. We'll see. They got to keep this clock going. Try to get this to 2-minute warning for sure. Be really nice. Or force Dallas to use a timeout here. If they get a first down here, that'll be massive. Ball is snapped. Bryce drops back. Throws the deep. It's going to be... saying he fell down, man. That's a shame. They should kick a field goal here. I would have preferred if they had done a short check down or a run to try and go for it on 4th down. Going for that deep shot, not the biggest fan of. I mean, with how they called some of the earlier ones, you could argue they should have been DPI, but I'm not, fully against it. Are they really thinking about going for it here? I don't know, man. Maybe it works. I don't know. Maybe they go for it. Maybe they don't. I'm not seeing the play clock anywhere. Surely you're not going for it in 5 wide, right? Surely. 3 seconds. They're going for it. They throw over the middle. It is caught. Was that Hunter Renfrow? It was Hunter Renfrow. That essentially ices the game. It is still not over, but that gets them the first down. That's going to take it to the 2-minute warning. It's going to force Dallas to use 2 timeouts. At this moment, you should not even be thinking about throwing the ball unless you're doing a quick play action, quick little curl route. Don't do a play here. Don't do a play here. They're trying to get an offsides. Okay, good. 2-minute warning. Panthers are in field goal range. 2 minutes left. Cowboys got 2 timeouts. If you eat about 5 seconds in each play, it puts about to a minute 50. And then you have one other play call. You can basically make it to where the Cowboys get the ball back with like a minute left and 0 timeouts. If you get another first down, if you do a first down play, a second down play, and get the first down, it's game over. If you get one first down, like the first down, then it's not over, but basically over. Panthers should win it. If they lose here, this is like borderline fireable offense or benching offense, whatever happens. So we'll see. Absolutely insane. The Rams beat the Ravens in the most basic 17-3 game ever. Wild. Cowboys are trending. Oh no, Dallas. What is good? Fiery Eberflus. Yeah, bro is so bad. They saw him coach in Chicago and said, this our guy. Let's see my fantasy team. How bad is it looking? It's looking pretty bad. I only got 45 points. I got one guy that's projected to get 7.5 points. This is really bad. I need the Chiefs to get pwned tonight. But we'll see. Legit teams go for that. I don't know. I wouldn't say that in 4th and 3. If with you doing that third down play call, I wouldn't say that that's legit. I'd say that's just ballsy. Because if you're going to go for it, you do a quick pass or a run on third down instead of throwing a somewhat deep throw to McMillan. Especially because it was an out route. Like, the way Bryce threw it made it seem like Tet was supposed to cut in and then cut out. Why would you throw an out route when you're trying to eat up clock? But, you know, is what it is. Chargers might win the field goal. I mean, if the Chargers lose to the Dolphins, man, it's herb over. You know what I mean? Like, if they lose to that team, like, that's bad. James, the Ravens are going 1-5. Yeah, the Ravens should fire Harbaugh. Like, seriously, the fact that if he really should be fired. Like, I've talked about it for a bit. I mean, Harbaugh, the biggest difference between him and Tomlin has had significantly worse rosters year in and year out than Harbaugh. Like, he may have better high-end talent, but the overall rosters for Baltimore for the past 5 years have all been significantly better than Pittsburgh. Yet in terms of actual success, they're essentially the same. Like, oh, you won the division by like 2 games and then got bounced in the first round of the playoffs. Like, is that really that much better than being a wild card and losing the first round? Not really. And you're seeing that now that the Steelers have their best roster they've had in years and they're looking significantly better than the Ravens. I think it kind of shows Harbaugh ain't that guy. Dowdle rushes to the right. He gets, he's going to be, that's actually perfect. Hopefully they call him short. Yes, they do. That's massive. They're going to call that like a 9-yard gain. It's going to be 2nd and 1 for the Panthers. That is exactly what you want to see. If you're a Panthers fan, you did not want to see him cross that first down marker. Now you're able to get a first down and basically eat up the entire rest of this clock. You're already forced them to use their timeouts. As long as you make the field goal, it's essentially over if you get the first down here. This is the perfect scenario. You get the first down here, you just have to make the field goal. Simple as that. Chargers are beating the Dolphins. It's way too close a game, but hey, they got the W. It is what it is. There goes Dallas' timeout. Now if you get this first down, Dallas is pretty much screwed because they can only call like 1 timeout, obviously, and you'll still get 2 extra plays fully to eat up the clock. It's massive. So 1 minute and 52 seconds left, 2nd and 1. Just do the simple play. Just run it for the first down here. All you got to do is get the first down. You're already in a really solid field goal range. It's not the closest, but you're close enough to where if your kicker misses it, it's on the kicker. So let's see. Ball is snapped. They hand it off. And it is going to be, they're going to either call that a half-yard gain or they're going to give him the first down. That's a close one. They are calling it a first down. That is massive. And so Dallas is done with their timeouts. This means the Panthers can eat up a ton of clock and force the Cowboys to get the ball back with like less than 20 seconds left. Especially if they're able to have some of these plays take like 5 to 10 seconds. And if they get another first down, then it's obviously over. You can just kneel the game out and then kick the field goal. Unbelievable game for the Panthers right here. 27-27. Minute 46 left. 0 timeouts for the Cowboys. Just can't fumble the ball. Can't turn it over. Panthers are somehow going to be 3-3, unless they do something really bad. Lineup almost the exact same way they were before. Under center, down on the backfield. They hand it off to Rico, and he gets the first down and goes down. They can fully eat up the clock and kick the ball with 1 second left because they have the timeout. That is insane work for the Panthers right here. Just wild right there. Insane for them. Dowdle is up to some insane total. Let's see this refresh. Hopefully this refreshes soon. He is up to 183 yards rushing and 56 yards in the air. He is just playing otherworldly. Dowdle just insane in this game. Shame he isn't going to hit 200 yards on the ground, but it still is what it is. And it looks like they're going to kneel it here. I'm not against it. It's a good call. Kneel it and just kick the field goal. Good old Matt Eberflus, literal joke of a head coach, and is a joke as a DC right now. Because, man, this defense is bad. The Cowboys' defense, for how bad the Panthers' secondary is, the Cowboys' defense is just bad. One more kneel, call a timeout, and it's all over. Cowboys will lose. Fall to 2-3-1, and the Panthers are somehow going to be 3-3. Cards might get screwed. I think that's DPI. Ooh, interesting. Panthers going to call a timeout probably with like 2 seconds left. Just can't miss it, have it blocked. Don't have any wild sort of thing happen. This is as free as it gets. This is a super short field goal. There's no way you can blow this one right. If you lose, it's such a Panthers way to lose. Calling time with 3 seconds left. Going for the walk-off field goal in Carolina. Let's see if they can get this one done. Ryan Fitzgerald's got to make this kick. Yeah, and they're showing that 4th down conversion earlier to Hunter Renfrow, where Bryce threaded the needle between 2 defenders and was able to get that 1st down. Massive play. Wild. This is a 33-yard field goal attempt. It is not, you can't get much easier than this. Kick is up. It is good. The Panthers beat the Cowboys 30-27 to go to 3-3 and to be 3-0 at home in 2025. Undefeated win in Carolina. Rico Dowdle is at the moment the best running back in football. That is back-to-back games of 200 scrimmage yards, just shy of 200 rushing yards. Otherworldly performance. Rico Dowdle finishes with 30 carries for 183 yards. And the craziest part, this is not one that was inflated. His longest rush was 15 yards, meaning this was an honest-to-God 6 yards per carry average. Not one of those had a 60-yard rush, which inflated his average. He legitimately averaged 6 yards a rush, averaged 14 yards of reception. With that one, he had the long one, 36-yarder. Had a touchdown. Insane performance. Ted McMillan could have been the reason they lost early on with the bad interception that he caused, but he redeemed himself having 2 touchdown receptions. Xavier Legette is a player that plays in the Carolina Panthers. Hunter Renfrow had the incredible reception for the 1st down on 4th down. The Panthers beat the Cowboys in an insane game. This slate of games apparently was insane. The Dolphins Chargers seems to have been a great game. The Colts Cardinals was a good one. But this one, man, this is a good one. This is a really, really nice one to see. We will gladly take it. So the Cards lose as well. Jaguars, Seahawks is still going on, but the Seahawks probably going to win because they're at scoring position. Steelers going to win. Overall, man, this is a pretty wild one. This is a fun stream. If you enjoyed this stream, I hope you like this one, like the video, or think about becoming a community member. For those of you that are on iOS devices, you are now able to become a community member on iOS. By hitting the join icon, all that, you get exclusive team emojis, which now we are change the emojis to where we have the 3 expansion teams or relocation teams, the gamblers emoji. We're basically missing the defenders and the... forgot the other one. We're missing like 2 emojis because we don't have enough members. W stream, thank you. So I hope you guys enjoy this one. Hopefully the next one doesn't take a full month. Maybe it's 2 or 3 weeks, but hopefully it's not a full month before the next one. Again, we should have, in the next month or 2, we should have news regarding a UFL draft, regarding uniforms, regarding coaches, relocation officially. But overall, man, this was a wild game, one of the best overall games we have streamed. UFL, NFL, college, any of them. Wild game. As always, guys, have a great night.